Welcome to training. So to start off training today, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to send you guys your rep contracts. They should already be in your guys' email. And if you guys could pull that up and be reviewing that, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick video that will actually go over the details and the specifics of our rep contract. After that, we'll start and dive into a phone jam so we can book up a couple more demos, a couple more presentations booked up. And then after our phone jam, we're going to talk about the dropping up, dropping down, and pretty much the closing process, along with a little bit more product knowledge. And then we'll take our first break of the day. Coming back from break, we'll talk recommendations, referrals. We'll talk about our fast start contest, some ways that you guys can help build the team. And then after that, we're going to make our rep account, our rep portal, and we're going to do a full demo review so you guys know and are confident in your guys' ability to do and start and complete a presentation. So that's what today looks like. So any questions on today's agenda? Cool. Well, let's go ahead and let's tap into training for today.
Welcome to day 2 training. I am really excited for today. Today is the fun day. Today is the energetic day. Today is the day that you get to learn a ton, but it's going to move fast. And before you know it, you're going to be at your first demo. On the screen, you're going to see some shots of the Cutco factory. I've been selling Cutco for 18 years. I've been to the Cutco factory 15 times. And every time I go, my enthusiasm, my passion for Cutco increases. And I just love this product. I love that Cutco is incredibly sharp. I love that it's forever guaranteed. I love that it's American made, and I love that I get to represent it. And it's really done so well for so many people. It is an unbelievable product because that you can take pride in what you sell. I don't know of a more respected or trustworthy product out there. Cutco is the gold standard of kitchen products and the gold standard of American-made products. It is so well made. There are 30 steps in the manufacturing process of Cutco. It's like 3 times the steps of the average knife manufacturing. Cutco takes so much care to make sure that every product is the best in class and guaranteed forever. And again, sharp as you know what. I love that mostly what I love about Cutco is that when I sell Cutco, my customers get to benefit for generations. For years and years and years, they get to use a product. And again, the money that I make on that sale, I'm going to spend it on something great, but the customer is going to get something even better. And that's the ability to use Cutco for the rest of their life. I also love that with Cutco, every time we sell Cutco, it supports Ole in New York. We have over 700 employees at the Cutco factory in Ole in New York, and we take so much pride in having an American product that we support local employees and local families. I love that it's easy to sell Cutco to Cutco owners. It was very rare that when I saw a Cutco owner that they didn't buy at least something new. It was very rare. Most people find at least something. So there's always new products. There's always new gadgets. And once somebody falls in love with Cutco, it's like going to their favorite store and shopping for another pair of shoes or another shirt. You're always going to find something from that brand because you're so in love with it. And for people that don't have Cutco, it was so exciting. I think the most fun thing that I did in Cutco was be able to show somebody a product that they had never seen before that literally changed their life. And the amount of times that they use the product, the amount of times that people use kitchen knives, it literally is life-changing to be able to have the feel, the effectiveness, the efficiency of Cutco. And if you haven't used Cutco before, by show of hands, who has Cutco in here? Who owns Cutco, has been using Cutco? I've been selling Cutco for over 18 years, and I've been using Cutco for many years before that when Wes started selling Cutco. So I am a Cutco fan to the max, and your customers, they will be too. But being able to present and provide that experience and opportunity to people, there are very few things that are more rewarding or fulfilling than giving somebody value. And you're going to take a lot of pride in that in your Cutco journey. We sell 5 times more Cutco than any other brand sells in the US. We absolutely dominate. And again, it's all through word of mouth, all through friends telling friends. That's a great culture. That's a great family to be a part of. I've been to the Cutco factory, as I said, 15 times. Every time I go, I become more and more impressed with our product, more and more impressed with our people, more and more impressed with what we do, with the time, the dedication, the quality control that we put into to every single Cutco product. It just gives me the chills because I'm so proud to represent Cutco and proud to represent our company. Once I saw the product being made firsthand, it all made sense why so many people love it and use it for generations to come. So I want to talk about the agenda for today. Here's what we're going to go through. We're going to go through your contracts. Then we're going to kick off a phone jam, give you an opportunity to book more demos. Now, realize that last night, some of you had really good phone time and got a ton of demos booked up, and most of your schedules are full. Some of you had a couple more lined up, and a couple of you struck out, and that's okay. No matter what happened last night, you're totally fine. As long as you dig in for this third wave, you're going to be able to fill up your schedule, and you're going to be on a path towards success. Plus, throughout the weekend, you'll be able to use 5 before and 5 after to plug in more demos. So if you don't have the number of appointments you want right now, do not freak out. It's totally fine. Some of our best reps have the toughest phone time because when you're going after high quality customers and people that you really want to see, sometimes they're the toughest people to get a hold of. So just keep on trying, be persistent, and work your tail off during the phone jam today, and you're going to be fine. We're going to go through and fill out your schedules, and so that way you can learn how to communicate effectively with your manager. Then we're going to learn the drop-down process. This is where we're going to show all of the smaller sets. We're even going to show how to drop up to the ultimate and signature. I know a lot of you have been asking your managers about that. We're going to go through all of the gifts and accessories, cookware, flatware, and teach you how to write up big orders. Upgrades for Cutco owners, people that already have Cutco. We're going to learn recommendations. This is the part of the job, as I said yesterday, that I was really, really good at. I averaged 10 leads per customer. I'm going to teach you exactly how I did that today. Then we're going to show you your Fast Start prizes. These prizes are absolutely sick and wrong. You are going to be blown away. I would advise you to work really hard during the phone jam because, as I said yesterday, I asked every single rep in my organization, if you were to go back and do your Fast Start all over again, what would you do differently? And everybody just smiles with that, like, embarrassed smile, like, I should have done more demos. Those prizes are sick. So make sure you work hard for those prizes. Then we're going to give you an opportunity to earn some free stuff, win some swag, and help build the team and share the opportunity through our Team Builder program. We even have a scholarship involved. Then we're going to wrap up today by learning how to write up orders. Really simple, really easy. You're also going to get access to your portal on Vector Connect, which is the homepage for the company where you enter all your orders, you keep track of all your stats, and have a lot of useful tools. And then we'll chat about communication, how we communicate throughout the weekend. And then you'll be launched and off to do your first presentation. So let me give you a couple tips for day 2 training. I'm going to count on your energy. No matter if you're the only person watching this video or if you're in a big group, we're counting on your energy today. The more involved you get, the more you're going to retain the information, the more fun it's going to be, and the more prepared you're going to be for your presentations. The second thing is be present. You're going to be getting a lot of phone calls from customers calling you back. You might be getting text messages from friends asking you about the knife thing, but make sure you're present, focus, pay attention, don't be distracted because today's going to move fast and you want to make sure you retain this information going forward. And the third thing, the last thing that I have for you is think big. We've been selling Cutco for 70 years, $250 million in sales a year. I just want to say, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right. So you might as well think big. Why not? Because the energy and the effort you put into training, what if it led you on a path towards success over the next 4 years, perhaps paying your way through school or just getting you to that next stepping stone opportunity. I've had an unbelievable career with Cutco, and it was because I just listened to my managers. I took the mentorship. I looked at the guidance and said, yeah, I'm going to take their advice. I worked really hard. I just put my foot on the gas pedal, and I made as many phone calls as I could. I booked as many appointments as I could. And yeah, it was tiring. And yes, I made some sacrifices, and I put in a lot of time and effort, but I really thanked myself because my 4 years at Penn State were a lot more enjoyable, a lot more fulfilling, a lot more rewarding because I learned incredible skills personally, professionally, and also had the financial backing to not feel the financial stress, to not feel like I had to make money while I was in school because I was able to make enough over my breaks and when I was not in school to pay my way through college. So why not you? Everybody is capable of doing well here. Everybody can succeed, and we want to help you get there. All right, we're going to go ahead and talk about our rep agreements now. Go ahead in your email, go ahead and click that link, and you will pull up your rep agreement. Now, the first thing you want to look at is the number at the top left-hand corner of the rep agreement. It's an 8-digit number. That is your rep number. You're going to need that number when you log onto the website to enter your orders online. And we're going to be teaching you how to do that later today. But for now, let's just go ahead and write down our rep number. You can write it right on the top of your training manual so you never forget. and that is your rep number. I'm going to go through the main points of your rep agreement. Feel free to go ahead and work ahead and get this filled out and get this finished, but I'm going to go ahead and go through the main points here for you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about on the rep agreement is the base pay. And so we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but let's use this as a review opportunity. The base pay, how it works is at the end of every week, we say how many appointments did the representative complete for the week. We multiply that times your base pay amount, and that is your minimum amount that you are guaranteed to earn for the week. Now, of course, you can earn more than that based on your commissions and performance, but never less than the base pay on a weekly basis. Okay, the next thing is that the customers that we show the product to, in order to qualify for the base pay, have to be over 30 years old and gainfully employed. Now, of course, yesterday we did talk about our target market, which is over 30, own a home, and married. The next thing that I want to hammer here on the rep agreement is that we need to run an ethical business. And so what that means is we can't lie, cheat, or steal. Of course, we would have never brought you onto the team unless we felt like you were an ethical person to begin with. Remember, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing your manager, you're representing our company, you're representing 700 plus factory workers and their families as well. And we want to make sure that we always not only put our best foot forward for ourselves, but also for the people that we represent. Okay, the next part is that reps can't advertise in a public domain. So what that means is that you can't put an ad in the paper and say, want Cutco, call Johnny. You can't put a billboard on the side of the highway. You can't make your own Super Bowl commercial for Cutco and say, hey, call Susie. You can't do any of that. But if you do have a private connection, you certainly can do that. So what that means is that if you're involved in a church, can you advertise through that? Absolutely. Can you, if mom is part of a neighborhood chat, can you advertise that way or connect with people that way? That's fine. You can't put your own Cutco kiosk in the mall. Okay, the next thing that we talk about here is how the promotions work. Promotions happen immediately as soon as you hit the number. So what that means is that if you're at $950 in sales and you get a $500 order, the first 50 of that is going to be at the lower percentage, and then the remaining 450 will be at the higher percentage. So what that means is that you can hit multiple promotions in the same week and maybe even in the same day. And so we've even had representatives that hit multiple promotions even in one appointment. So I remember Isaac Montano, his first order was a $3,500 order. Now, that doesn't happen all the time, but what's cool is that the first 1,000 he got at 10%, the next 2,000 he got at 15%, and then the remaining 500 he got at 20%. Not a bad first demo, right? So hitting 2 promotions in the first hour or 2 of work, not too shabby. So the next thing I want to remind you is how the promotions work, so that they never go backward, they only ever go forward. So that means is that if you are studying abroad or away on vacation, you come back and you pick up right at the same level that you left off at. So what was great for me, I remember studying abroad in London when I was in college, and I remember coming back at the same percentage level that I left off at. And what a cool thing to not have to come back from an experience like that and have to go job searching for several weeks, and knowing that I had something guaranteed that I could just pick up at a really high commission and pay level. Okay, the next thing on the rep agreement is that representatives are considered independent contractors instead of employees. So here's what's great about that. That means that taxes are not taken out of your weekly paychecks. So of course we still pay taxes. You can't get away from taxes. But we pay our taxes at the end of the year instead of out of every single check. So what that means is that the money gets to sit in your bank account earning interest for you all year instead of sitting in the government's bank account earning interest for the government all year. So here's what's great is that for our representatives, they are considered their own mini business owners under the umbrella of a larger business. So they get all the same tax breaks of a business owner. So that's what's called tax deduction. So things that are business expenses get deducted from their taxes at the end of the year. Things like going out to a team meeting and grabbing a bite to eat with the team, all of those things can be considered tax deductible expenses. What about things like car insurance? What about things like your cell phone bill?
all those things can be considered tax deductible because they are relating to your business expenses. If you want to read up on this on your own, or if your parents are curious, right on Vector Connect, there's a whole tax guide there for you, and it goes over all the common deductions that our representatives can take. So long story short, you're going to end up paying a lot less in taxes than you would in one of the normal student jobs that one of your friends might take. By the way, congratulations, you are officially a business owner. What a cool thing to be able to say. There's people that go their entire lives saying, I wish I could one day run my own business, and you've done it. All right, so go ahead and finish those up and get those signed. As soon as you submit it, you're gonna get an email with a PDF copy so that you always have your copy.
All right. So make sure that we are filling those out. And make sure that you guys also put a dash in your social security. Sometimes it might say your social security number is wrong or invalid and it won't take unless you put a dash. So it's 3 numbers, dash, 2 numbers, dash, 4 numbers. Has everyone seen that rep contract in their email? Cool. So until I get everyone's, we're gonna kind of hang tight here. Let's see. Anthony, I've gotten yours, thank you. Des, I got yours, thank you. Janetta, I got yours, thank you. Melina, I got yours, thank you. And Jamal, make sure you fill that out as well. Cool. So with that being said, today, what we're going to start off the day by doing is starting off with a phone jam. So show of hands, who here booked presentations or demos after training yesterday? Show of hands. After training yesterday? Cool. Who here got some more names and numbers after training yesterday? Show of hands. Perfect. I love it. Well, when you come to the office, we will have a prize for you. The prize is a Cutco wristband. Cutco wristbands are lit. So anyone who did do that, you guys get a Cutco wristband. So that's your guys' prize. So when you guys come to the office, you can get one of those. Cool. So with that being said, make sure you guys pull up your guys' scripts. Pull up your guys' Vector Impact apps. Pull up your scripts, your Vector Impact apps. And we'll go ahead and throw the link to our phoning script in there. That's a script to our manual right there. So remember, we're on page 22, the training phone approach, not the acquaintance, the training. We're on the training phone approach on top of the page 22. You guys should already have your calendars. Go ahead and take out your guys' Vector Impact apps. Queue up that first person you want to make a call to. When you guys have your script, when you guys have your calendar, and the first person you want to make a phone call to, give me a nice little phone wiggle. Let me know you're ready. Lady, you don't even have a number put in there. Put a number in there so you can call someone. What is this? Come on now. All right, thank you. I actually have someone in there to call. Des, you're ready? Awesome. Jeanette, are you ready? Awesome. Anthony, are you ready? Perfect. All right, I'm gonna count down from 3. When I get to 1, I want everyone to go ahead and press dial. We're gonna phone. We're gonna make a couple phone calls. and we're gonna phone here for the next probably about hour. Right now is prime time phoning. It's a Saturday morning. People are just now waking up and getting out of bed. So nothing bad's happened yet. So people are obviously answering their phones and in a great mood. So, all right, I'm counting us down from 3. When I get to 1, let's all press dial. 3, make sure you guys have a smile on your face. You want to smile while you dial. 2, make sure you're reading that script word for word. 1, let me know when you guys book a demo. I'll put on some tunes and let's rock.
Hey Trey, I have a quick question.
I got a quick answer.
So yesterday I booked like 4, but in like the thing right here it only says 3. Is that because it was scheduled after Monday?
Yep. Is one of them scheduled on like Tuesday or Wednesday? Yep, and that's exactly why. So I need everyone to go ahead and take out your pen and your notebooks. We're going to be going ahead and going over the closing process. This is going to be the closing process. So yesterday we went through pages 1 through 9. We learned how to build rapport, download our app, talk about our company, advantages, disadvantages of Common Knives, our forever guarantee. We went through all the homemaker names and uses, our kitchen tool, entertainer pack, super shears, and then we wrapped up with competitors, and then we learned the price of the homemaker set in closing. But now where we're picking up where we left off is what do we do once someone says yes or no? So this is going to be the closing, the dropping up and dropping down process. This next section of training right here, this first section, will lead to your guys' immediate sales success. If you don't pay attention to any other part during training today, cool, I don't care. But pay attention during this section right here, because this next 45 minutes will be the most key, be the most influential, and immediately lead to your guys' sales success. And if you guys are making a lot of sales, what are you guys making? A lot of money as well. Making a lot of money. So with that being said, let's go ahead and tap in.
So let's pick up yesterday where we left off. These are the two most important pages of your entire presentation. Being able to present the price confidently, being able to smile and nod your head and have fun with the customer and ask for the order is such an important skill because it gives the customer the opportunity in a comfortable environment to say yes or no. So I'm going to read this out loud, and I invite you to read it out loud with me because the more you do it out loud, the more you practice. So even if it's a little bit weird talking to a screen, I would suggest going along with me. So in summary, Mrs. Who Jones, let me review why so many people choose to invest in Cutco. You'll always have sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco is guaranteed to last forever, so it would be the last set of knives you would ever buy. And Cutco saves a lot of money. Most customers who buy Cutco eat out less. If that saves $60 a month just by eating out one time less, it's $720 saved this year, and over 25 years, you'll save $18,000. There are several reasons why so many customers choose sets. Cutco sets have the right tool for the right job. Cutco sets have a built-in discount, so it's cheaper. Sets come with a free cutting board and other free stuff, and sets are much safer because they come in a block or tray. And we have interest-free monthly investment options, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. When it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco is top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. This is when we're going to click the button on the virtual demo. I have a price comparison for our top competitors called Wusthof and Schön. Have you heard of them before? Well, these high quality sets are made overseas and are two of the top selling brands in stores. Each brand has different types of sets which range in price. Wusthof is the most popular. The price for this Wusthof set is $3,435. Sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000. There are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they need to be sharpened, which is a hassle, and they're not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranty is on manufacturing defects only. In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge lock handle, exclusive double D stay sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, including our free sharpening. Cutco owners will tell you that it's 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. Just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. When something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, you'd expect it to be twice the price.
At twice the price, you're talking over $4,600 for a set of Cutco.
As I said earlier, our Homemaker Plus 8 is our most popular set. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It has the 10 basic tools I explained earlier, 8 table knives, the wood block, and a sharpener for straight edges. We also have the Homemaker set without the table knives. If you were considering a set of Cutco, would you prefer the set with the table knives? Most customers say yes.
The great thing is that it doesn't cost $4,600. In fact, it doesn't even cost as much as the Wusthof price of $3,015.
The Homemaker Plus 8 set is only $1,549, which includes shipping, but most of our customers take advantage of our 5-month interest-free Easy Pay option, which is only $337 today, plus local sales tax. And you say, Mrs. Jones, we have a buy now bonus, where if you buy now, I can give you a matching kitchen tool set,
entertainer pack,
or a pair of super shears for free. Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you. Would you like to try out the Homemaker set today and get your free gifts? and we smile and nod confidently and slow down and give them a chance to answer. Some customers are going to tell you right away yes or no. I remember customers that even before I told them the price, they'd be reaching for their credit card and they're like, yep, that's the set I want. And I also had some customers that took a while. I remember specifically there was one customer and they were looking back and forth at each other, and they were just going, and I'm just smiling and nodding for a couple minutes. They're looking at each other, looking at the knives, looking at me, looking at each other, looking at the knives. And like after like 3 minutes of silence, which by the way is an eternity in a sales presentation, they finally looked at each other with these laser eyes and then looked at me. And then they both nodded at the same time. They're like, we'll get it. And I was like, what the heck just happened here? So give your customers time. Some people make a quick decision. Some people need some time to think about it. So when your customer says yes, you're going to say, congratulations, you're going to love your Cutco. Well, I write that up. Let's look at accessories. Get excited for your customers because they're just buying the greatest product. They just bought the greatest product in the history of the universe. They get to experience Cutco forever. So it's really exciting. So whether they bought a trimmer or an ice cream scoop or they bought the Cutco kitchen, make sure you get excited for your customer. Don't be like, well, congratulations, Mrs. Jones. That was a very wise decision. So make sure you have some fun with your demo. Now, what if the customer says no? If they say no, no big deal. But if they say that they're unsure, if they're kind of on the edge, no matter what, if they're on the edge, call your manager. I know we mentioned it yesterday. It's kind of like going to Best Buy and the associate saying, hey, let me check with my manager and just, see if we have a better price on that TV before you head out. Of course, you'd want to see that deal. So it's the same thing. If your customer really likes the homemaker, but they're kind of on the edge and they're just not sure, just say, hey, you know what? Let me call my manager just to make sure there's no better deal that we can do. You never know. I had this one customer, I remember it was one of the first homemakers that I ever sold. And she said no to the homemaker, but I knew that she was kind of on the edge. And I just started asking her questions and what was it about the homemaker that she wasn't sure of, and she said, well, I just don't know, and I'm not sure about the price, and she thought it was too expensive at first. And I said, okay, well, what about the free stuff? Did you like that? And she's like, well, kind of, sort of. And I said, well, what if I call my manager and let's see if we can do a different deal? And I called my manager, and my manager told me, which I didn't know at the time, that we could actually replace the free stuff with one of the garden tools that she really loved. So I said, hey, well, what if we replace the shears with one of the garden tools, actually the garden pruners? And she said, you can do that? And I said, yeah, we can do that. And she's like, cool, you've got a deal. And what was interesting and funny is that the price didn't change at all. It was just the value because she got what she wanted. So if you have a customer that's on the edge, call your manager and ask for deals. Your managers are well trained in hooking customers up with free stuff and giving them the best deal possible. We want to make sure your customers get the best value out of Cutco possible.
So go ahead and title this section in your notes, knee-jerk reactions. This is going to be knee-jerk reactions.
Okay, this next part is one of the most important parts of your demo, and it's one of the most crucial skills you're going to learn in Cutco, and that is the art of handling customer concerns and helping customers feel more comfortable with their purchase. So if your customer says no or if they're unsure, we always want to ask this question. No problem. If you don't mind me asking, what is it about the homemaker you're unsure of? We do this for two reasons. The first reason is because we want to know what their concern is legitimately, because as we drop down and show the smaller sets, we want to make sure that we give better customer service and we know what they're looking for. So if the customer thought the homemaker was too expensive, we want to make sure that we focus on the lower price of the galley. If they said that the homemaker was too big, we want to focus on how the galley is a smaller set, again, just to create comfort for the customer. So we just want to ask questions as we go through. That's the first reason. The second reason is because of what's called a knee-jerk reaction. We are wired, preconditioned as human beings to say the word no before we say yes. I do it all the time. People ask me a question, I say no, and I'm like, I want that. Here's a prime example of it. This happens to me all the time. You go to a restaurant and you have your meal, and at the end of the meal, the waiter or waitress comes over and says, hey, can I interest you in the dessert menu? And automatically you say no. But as soon as they start walking away, what do we start thinking about? Yeah, dessert, exactly. So what if that waiter or waitress came back 30 seconds later and said, hey, can I interest you in that dessert menu again? And not everybody would say yes. In fact, most people would still say no. But do you think some people would say yes? Of course. And that's what this is. It gives your customers an opportunity to say yes when they really want to, because a lot of times we say no when we want to say yes. And the reason why it's called a knee-jerk reaction is like at the doctor's office, it's the auto response where they hit your knee and your leg pops up. That's called a knee-jerk reaction. So let's go through the knee-jerk reactions and talk about how you can influence your demo, how you can help your customers feel more comfortable getting the set they actually want. So again, if your customer says no, no big deal. No's are a positive thing. Every no leads to a yes. And a lot of times when a customer says no, especially to a homemaker, it's sometimes a knee-jerk reaction, which means they say no when they really want to say yes. So we want to make sure we give the correct response to either help the customer find the set that they want today, or just have a reference so we know what's important to the customer. So as we drop down, we know what to focus on. So we need to make sure we give the correct response. So depending on what the customer says, whether it's too expensive or it's too many knives, to find the response, we're going to click on the little button up here that says objections, and it's going to pull down a drop down menu. We'll find the correct response and we'll read that script to the customer. So if they say it's too much money or I can't afford it, you say, I completely understand.
$1,549 is a lot all at once.
That's why most of our customers split it up over 5 months interest-free.
It would be only $337 per month.
How does that sound? You want to make sure you give them an opportunity after that to say yes or no. You don't just float that out there and then stare at them. That's weird. So you have to give them the opportunity to say yes or no. That's called nodding and smiling. We call that asking for the order. So asking for the order, it just means smile and nod and saying, how does that sound? The reason why this one is so important is because a lot of customers, when they say it's too expensive, they're saying too expensive to the full price. So it's just a reminder of the 5-pay, and you'll be shocked. You'll actually laugh at this about how many customers will say to you, oh, I didn't know I could do it on a 5-pay. And you're like, I just told you like 30 seconds ago. So it's just a reminder of the 5-pay, and it helps them become more comfortable getting the set they actually want. Let's say the customer says, I need to think about it.
$1,549 is a lot of money to be impulsive.
That's why most customers take advantage of our 15-day trial. If you don't love it after a few weeks, you can send it back and get a full refund. On the 5-month plan, you can try it out for only
$337 today.
How does that sound? Again, the best way to try it out, the best way to think about it is by actually using it. If they waited a week or two to make their decision, they're going to forget all the cool things about Cutco, and the chances are they're not going to end up getting that set. If Mrs. Jones says, I need to talk to my husband, hey, I completely understand. That's why most customers use the 15-day trial to make sure he can really see the value. If he doesn't love it, send it back and get a full refund. On the 5-month plan, you can both try it out for only
$337 today.
How does that sound? I remember doing a demo for a customer for Mrs. Jones, and I told her the price, and she loved it, and she's like, okay, we're going to do it. And then she talked to her husband. Her husband's like, no way, there's no way we're getting it. And it was basically a no sale, but I found a way to redo the demo with Mr. Jones there. And after I did the demo, they ended up getting a bigger set than what Mrs. Jones wanted, because Mr. Jones, if he's not there, he's not going to understand the value. So it's important to show either husbands or wives together, or really promote the spousal guarantee, that 15-day trial, that way Mrs. Jones is comfortable making that decision no matter what. Too many pieces. I completely understand. At first, 10 pieces seems like a lot. After 15 days, if there's a piece or a few pieces you're still unsure of, you can return and get refunded for just those pieces. How does that sound? So if Mrs. Jones loves the homemaker, but she's not unsure of, like, the butcher knife, or let's say the spatula spreader, she can use them for a couple weeks. If she doesn't love it, we can switch them out for pieces that she likes better, or she can just return it and get refunded for just the pieces that she doesn't want to keep. No big deal, super easy, and that makes Mrs. Jones feel more comfortable trying out the set for a couple weeks. Now, this is the most important one. Can I buy just pieces? You're going to get this question on almost every presentation you do. So important. Put a big star next to this one. You're going to get it, again, on almost every presentation you do. And the reason is because customers don't realize that we have smaller sets and we have starter sets. Henckels and Wusthof, they've got a couple smaller versions, but not the extent that Cutco has. And they don't have the customized options that Cutco has as well. So we want to make sure that our customers save money. We don't want them to pay more than they have to. And because our sets are already discounted, we never, ever, ever want to skip a set. I don't know about you, but I didn't want my parents and my family paying more than they had to for their product. So the response is really simple. Of course, you can get pieces. However, our sets are discounted. They're safer, and you get free stuff. So if you don't mind, I'll show you our sets, and if none of them appeal to you, we can pick out whatever pieces you want. This is also important because let's say they end up getting pieces, which is totally fine. If they end up getting pieces, then at least they know the set options for later. If they want to build up and get a set, at least they know what they're looking at and what Cutco offers. Okay, so I definitely want to buy, but I want to buy later. There's two options here. Number one is give a better deal. What we don't want is for them to say, oh, let me get it next month, because they're probably going to miss out on the opportunity to have Cutco, because they're going to forget how much they loved it, and they're just never going to think about it again. So either call the office and get a better deal, so that you can give away a bunch of free stuff, or try to wheel in deals so you can help them get the set they really want, or drop down to a smaller set, because we'd rather have a customer get something small now and then build up to the set they want later, because again, otherwise they're going to forget why they loved Cutco in the first place.
Cool. So go ahead and turn to a brand new page in your guys' notes. I want you guys to title this Handling Objections. This is Handling Objections. Cool. So what is the definition of an objection? The definition of an objection is a request for more information. An objection is a request for more information. An objection is a request for more information. So when your customers give you an objection, they're just wanting more information about what they're really concerned about. So for example, when you go ask your mom to hang out with your friends, what does your mom say? When are you going? When are you leaving? When are you coming back? Did you do the dishes? Did you do the chores? Whose mom's going to be there? Did you eat? Did you wash the lawn? Fold the dog? Wash the ceiling? I don't know, right? She's going to give you all these objections, right? And what are all of those things that your mom just gave you? Asking all those questions, giving you all of those objections, right? Are you guys going to be like, yep, you're right, mom, and like turn around and walk away? No, you're going to fight for it. You're like, mom, I want to hang out with my friends. I'm going to be back at 6:30. I did all my dishes. I did all the chores and I answered all the questions that you just asked me. Now can I go? What's your mom going to say? Sure, have fun. Right, what was different? What was different between the first time and the second time she asked? What was different? Looking for interaction here. Des, do you know? What's the difference between the first time and second time we asked our mom to hang out with friends? What was the difference?
Like the objection, like the first time you didn't really. Sorry, I was like taking notes, so I was a little lost.
So it was the amount of information, right? The amount of information is different, right? When you asked your mom to hang out with your friends the first time, she didn't have any information. She was blasting you guys with questions, right? And then you answered all of those questions, you handled the objection, and then you said, now can I go? She said, sure. Right? So what's the difference between the first time and the second time? It's the amount of information that was provided. Nothing changed besides that, right? You're still going to go hang out with your friends. It's still you going and leaving. What changed? The thing that changed was the amount of information. So with that being said, next thing I want you guys to go ahead and jot down in your notes is objections are a good thing. Objections are a good thing. Objections are a good thing. When you handle an objection, it's not bad. It's not being pushy. It's not being salesy. When you handle an objection, it gives your customer the proper information that they need to make an educated decision. Next thing I want you guys to go ahead and write down. I'm gonna bold this. Next thing I want you guys to go ahead and write down is a confused customer will never buy. A confused customer will never buy. A confused customer will never buy. So give them the information that they're wanting clarity on so that they can make that definite yes or no decision. The most common objections and the most common concerns that you guys are going to get is that it's too much money or it's too many pieces. Those are going to be the two most common objections that you guys get. And then once again, here is the objection responses. You guys should already have this in your guys' script and in your guys' notes, and this will be on your virtual presentation as well. Lena, what did you just try to take a picture of? Do you need help? What slide?
So that'll be somewhere like in the presentation.
Yep, this will be in the presentation. I just like having it, reviewing it, because when I do in-person training and everyone's here in person, they have a physical copy of their script and I just have them write in the numbers.
Okay, so I don't need to write it all down.
Correct. You can if you want, but you don't need to.
Okay.
Cool. So draw a little squiggly line in your guys' notes. Draw a little squiggly line in your guys' notes. And we're going to talk about the dropping up process. This is going to be the art of upselling. This is going to be the art of upselling. And it's going to blow your mind how easy it is. Are you guys ready? Thumbs up if you guys are ready. Awesome.
Okay, we're about to learn the galley set and the dropping down process, but I have a lot of reps that ask me, well, what about the bigger sets? What about the signature and ultimate? And why don't we start with those? Well, the reason why we don't start with the signature and ultimate set is because those are sets for people who really like to cook and people who love to cook. And that's not designed necessarily for the average everyday family. So we start with the homemaker because that is the basic set and the best value for your average everyday homeowner. Now, if you know people who like to cook or you know people who love to cook, that's where we show the signature ultimate set. Those are the types of customers who are interested. So who's interested in the signature ultimate set? Well, it's people who really like to cook. It's people who are cooking more than a couple times a week. So if you know people who are cooking daily, they're going to be more interested in the signature and ultimate set. Who else would be interested in these bigger sets? Well, people who like nice things. I don't know about you, but a lot of the customers that I saw, they really appreciated things in their house, especially in the kitchen. So I used to go into these beautiful kitchens and see customers who had like a wooden set, a handle of knives. And a lot of those customers, once they saw Cutco, they realized, well, I might as well have, if I have a nice kitchen, I might as well have a nice set of knives. So a lot of people will use Cutco as the centerpiece of their kitchen. And just because it looks good, people who entertain will buy the signature and ultimate just because it looks nice. I had a customer one time that she said, I don't cook at all. I don't do any cooking. I won't even use these knives, but they are absolutely beautiful. I love that block and my friends are going to love it. And she bought the ultimate set and she put it on her counter. So people who like to entertain and host, they will buy the signature and ultimate set as well. Who else is going to buy the signature and ultimate set? Well, these are people who just like to have the best of everything. So this is like me. I'm the type of person that if I see it, I like it, I buy it. I've got that zero gravity massage chair from Brookstone because I was walking in the mall one day. I was like, that's cool. And I just like swipe. Now I have a massage chair. So I'm the type of person that if you showed me the ultimate set, I was like, is that the biggest thing you got? All right, I'll take that. So some people are like me and they just have to have the biggest and the best of everything. And I'm sure you have some people on your list like that. So you will sell some signatures and ultimate sets throughout your time selling Cutco. Sometimes it's just accidental where somebody's like, yep, give me that one. And sometimes you have to really build the value for it. But either way, I'm going to show you an easy way to sell signature sets and ultimate sets this weekend. Now, the easiest thing is going to be the friends and family discounts. Later on today, you're going to learn the friends and family discounts. We have specials for these sets. So if they're at all interested, you're probably going to sell one over the next couple of days. So here's the cool thing about the signature and ultimate set is you don't have to sell it. You don't even have to try. I'm going to teach you right now how to sell signatures and ultimate sets this weekend without trying, and you don't have to do anything special. In fact, Sean Kennedy, his first weekend, he didn't sell a single homemaker and he didn't sell a single galley set, but he sold 7 either signatures or ultimates. He hit multiple promotions in his first weekend, over $6,000 in sales, ended up hitting $10,000 plus in his fast start, one of the top reps in our office that summer. And it was because he just followed this guideline that I'm about to teach. And what I like to teach my reps is just have fun with it. You say, Mrs. Jones, Mr. Jones, that's our big bad set for people who love to cook. And it's kind of a little bit of a tease, right? It's our big bad set for people who love to cook. And they might say, tell me about it. And you say, I can't tell you about it. I have to show you the basic set first. After I show you the basic set, if that's too small, then I can certainly show you the bigger ones. And the reason why we do that is because if we end up showing the homemaker and the homemaker is a little bit out of their budget, well, it wouldn't make sense to show the signature ultimate because that would just throw off the entire demo. So we only want to show the signature and the ultimate set to people who either are definitely set on the homemaker or at least people who are in that range, in that market. So we say, Mrs. Jones, I can definitely show you that, but I have to show you the basic set first. After I show you the basic set, if that's too small, then I can show you the signature ultimate set. And what that does is it takes all the pressure off of you. And this will happen to you this weekend because what you'll do is you'll go through your normal presentation on page 8 and 9 and you'll show the homemaker. And then at the end, you'll say, so that's our homemaker set. Would you like to go ahead and get that set today and get all your free stuff? You smile and nod and your customer says, yeah, let me see the bigger one. And so that way, no pressure, they asked you, so it's not intimidating for you to show. I don't know about you, when I first started, I loved Cutco, but I was still a little bit nervous. So showing those bigger sets, I was a little bit intimidated. You might not be, but it certainly helped me when my customers ask. So if they're interested in the signature ultimate set, well, what comes in it? By the way, I do want to let you know that at the end of your presentation, when you do sell a homemaker, what if it's like an easy yes? If they're just like, yep, here it is. Or if like they're taking out their credit card before you even say the price and they're like, I want that set. If you know the Homemaker set is right for them, but you think that they might be in the market for the ultimate set, either somebody who loves to entertain or somebody who loves, loves to cook all the time. By the way, even just family and friends who really want to support you. In fact, this is the most common ultimate and signature sale that you'll have is your aunts, your uncles, your parents, your grandparents who really love the knives, but they also want to support you. And for them, it's a really good excuse to get the knives that they really, really want, because let's be honest, everybody really wants the ultimate set. It's just beautiful. So your best customers and your closest customers, they might decide to get the signature and ultimate set because they really want to support you and help you out. And it's a good excuse for them to get something that they may not have otherwise, but they're really going to enjoy for the next 30, 40, 50 years. So let's show how to present it. So what comes in the signature set that doesn't come in the Homemaker set? What you'll see is that it has the Homemaker. So it has the carving set. Everything from the carving set is the Homemaker set. What comes in the signature set is 4 additional pieces. You have the Hardy slicer, you have the Petite Santoku knife, you have the traditional cheese knife, and you have a pair of the super shears. The super shears already come in the set. It also gives the choice between the table knives or the steak knives, and the signature comes with 10. So 10 table knives or steak knives. Now, it also comes with all 3 size cutting boards for the customer. Now, what comes in the ultimate? Well, this is everything. And you don't need to know anything about these knives, because when I first started, I'll tell you, I had no idea what a cleaver was used for, but the customers who ended up getting those pieces, they knew more about those knives than I did. I was 18 years old. They knew more about what those knives were used for than I did. So you don't have to sell these products. You don't have to overhype them, because if they're in the market for the ultimate, it's either because they already know what the knives are used for, or they just really like nice things and they don't care what it's used for anyway. So that's what comes in the ultimate set. It's got a cleaver, it's got a vegetable knife, it's got a lot of pieces in there. It comes with the option of 12 table knives or steak knives. 12 table knives or steak knives. It comes with a pair of shears. It also comes with all 3 size cutting boards. The best part is the price. Who remembers what the price was of the Wusthof Homemaker set, their basic set? $3,435. Our ultimate set, which is twice as big, twice as many pieces, forever guarantee, beautiful, double the edges. It's only $31.93. That's less than $700 a month. You can get the Cutco Ultimate set for less than you can get the Wusthof Homemaker set, like $800 less than the Wusthof Homemaker set. That is nuts. So if your customer is interested in the Signature Ultimate set, it is an incredible set, incredible value. By the way, the first weekend specials and the family and friend discounts that we're going to show you later today, watch out. They're going to blow your freaking mind. By the way, $800 a month for 5 months to have the best set of knives in the history of the universe for the rest of your life? That's like $200 a week. Some of you spend more than $200 a week on your entertainment. So as long as your customer can afford to, go out to a nice dinner with a glass of wine every once in a while, they could afford an ultimate set.
Okay, so show of hands, who here remembers how many people out of 10 buy the Homemaker set? Melina's right, 1. 1 out of 10 people buy the Homemaker set, right? So what are the other 90% of people buying? What are the majority of people buying? What are the majority of your sales going to be? They're going to be the stuff that we're about to learn right now. So the next, I'd say about 10 minutes of content. Whew, absolute fire. Absolute fire. All right. So make sure you guys tap in and are zoned in for this next 10 minutes.
All right, so when your customer says no to the Homemaker, no big deal. You want to get more excited. And the reason why you want to get more excited is because as you're dropping down in price, there's a better chance that your customer is going to say yes, because as we get closer to the average order, the likelihood they're going to say yes gets higher. So as we go down each of the sets, we don't want to get less excited. We want to get more excited. Plus, we want to show the customer that we're excited for them to experience Cutco no matter what they get. And it doesn't matter what set you sell, as long as you sell a set. So let's drop down to the galley set. Now, as we drop down, it's important to go slow. When I first started, I was really excited. I was really nervous, so I rushed it, and I wish I slowed down a little bit more. So make sure you go slow and really give your customer an opportunity to see the option and see the sets. It's like going down the stairs, right? If you're at the top of the stairs and you want to get to the bottom of the stairs, you're not just going to like jump off and land. You're going to go one step at a time. Okay, the first set is the galley set. Now, I love the galley set. The galley was actually my favorite set when I first started. I made a living off the galley. I sold more galley sets than anything else in Cutco in my first couple summers. Once I got a little bit more confident in the larger pieces, then I sold more of the bigger sets, but I really did well with the galley. It was my favorite. It's almost like a homemaker. It still has the key essential ingredients of what makes a Cutco set, and that means they have the right value because they have the right tool for the right job. It's safer because it comes in the wood block. It has a super discount because it's already in a set, and they get free stuff with this set as well. So this is an incredible set. So let's talk about this. Next is our galley set. It's a perfect starter set, and it will take care of all of your needs. And then it says explain the pieces. Now we're going to explain the pieces with just the nicknames because we've already gone over each piece in full detail, so we don't have to explain them again. So we're going to say it's got the paring knife for the air, the trimmer for the small stuff, the spatula for sandwiches, a meat knife, a serving piece, a veggie chopper, which is the chef knife, and a bread knife. And it still comes with 6 table knives. It's a few less knives for a lot less money. This set is incredible. This is the set that my mom got when she first bought Cutco from Wes. Eventually she upgraded to the Ultimate set, but this is what she started off with. And the reason is because my mom's the type of person that she never buys the first thing that she sees. I don't know if you have a mom like mine, but she'll never buy the first thing that she sees, but she'll always buy a really good value. So for her, she bought the galley set instead of buying the homemaker. Now, could she have probably afforded the homemaker? Probably, but she felt way more comfortable with the galley. I love this set. It's a few less knives for a lot less money. What it's missing is the butcher knife and the carving set. It's missing the butcher knife, the carving set, and 2 table knives. So those 3 pieces and the 2 table knives, if the homemaker was a little bit out of their range or if it was a little bit too big, this is a perfect set. And that's the reason why we sold over 18,000 galley sets last year, is because so many customers who are just customers who are not comfortable saying yes to the first thing they see, or customers who are on a little bit tighter budget, this is a perfect match.
It's a few less knives for a lot less money. Instead of paying $15.49 for the homemaker set, the Galley Plus 6 set is only $11.16 or $2.43 per month for 5 months interest-free. That's only about $60 per week. The basic Galley set is only $8.59 or $1.88 per month for 5 months interest-free. That's less than $50 per week.
Mrs. Jones, if you get this set today, I can still include the kitchen tools, the entertainer pack, or the super shears for free. So even with the galley set or the basic galley, they can still get one of those 3 items for free, the same ones as they can get with the homemaker. Is that something you'd like to get today? We smile and nod our heads. When they say yes, you're going to say, congratulations, you're going to love your Cutco. While I write up that order, let's look at accessories. If they say no, Mrs. Jones, if it makes a difference, we can do something else for free instead. You can replace any free stuff with something of an equal or lower value. If they're still unsure, no problem, Mrs. Jones. We also have starter sets. Now, at the bottom, you see where it says, can I buy just pieces? Again, you're going to get this question all the time, especially after the galley set. This is the most common and popular place for the customer to say it, because what they assume is that after this set, we probably don't have a whole lot of smaller sets after that, but we've got incredible values on the next few pages. So we want to make sure that we show all the sets no matter what. So if your customer says, can I buy just pieces? Of course, Mrs. Jones. However, our sets are discounted, they're safer, and you get free stuff. If you don't mind, I'll show you our sets, and if none of them appeal to you, we can pick out whatever pieces you want. All right, so if they still say no, again, you're going to drop down to these starter sets. I love our starter sets. And the reason why I love our starter sets is because they are such an incredible deal, especially on the 5-pay. The 5-pay makes every set so affordable, so no matter what price range, no matter what budget somebody's in, if they were somebody who was originally interested in pieces, because of our 5-pay program, any customer could afford a set, because most people are on a monthly budget. So if somebody can afford $100 or $200 today, they can probably afford the same $100 or $200 next month, the month after, the month after. So if somebody wants to buy 1 or 2 pieces, they could actually get a set for the same amount that they would get 1 or 2 pieces today. So let's talk about these starter sets. And you're going to see the first 2, which is the Essentials and the Studio, and those are in the blocks. The way we show our starter sets is we group them together. We don't want to show each one individually and say the price and then say, do you want to get this set? Because that would take a long time. It would be a little bit overwhelming. And also, all of these sets are around the same size and price. They're just different combinations that cater to different customers' needs. As we said, everyone's going to get different value from different pieces, so the combination is what really makes a difference. So we're going to group these together. We're going to present the sets all at once, and then we're going to say, out of these starter sets, which combination do you like the best? And then this gives you the opportunity to present the price for just that set. We'll offer some free stuff, and then we'll smile and nod and say, would you like to go ahead and get that set today? So let's get into it. So the Essentials plus 5, the knives are listed on the page. So you're just going to point to the knives and you're going to explain them. So it has the paring knife, has the spatula spreader, the turning fork, the petite carver, and the chef knife, and it comes with 5 table knives in a block. That's a great starter set. The Studio plus 4 comes with the paring knife, the trimmer, the petite carver, and the spatula spreader. Also comes in a block. Whatever is shown on the page comes with the set. All of our sets come with the free cutting board. The next page has our next starter sets. We have the Space Saver, which comes in a smaller block that's really good to put on a wall or in a drawer. This one comes with a sharpener. The sharpener is for the straight edges only, so any set that comes with a couple of our straight edges automatically comes with a free straight edge sharpener. The all knife set comes with all knives. You can see the combination of pieces down there. The kitchenette set also comes in a tray, as the slicer, the turning fork, the petite carver, the trimmer, the paring knife, and then you have your gourmet set on the bottom. The gourmet set is really popular for customers who already own the Homemaker or the Galley. This is an upgrade set, or it's for somebody who does a lot of that style cooking with the big heavy duty straight edge knife. So those are our starter sets. And we say, Mrs. Jones, out of these starter sets, which combination do you like the best? And whichever combination Mrs. Jones likes the best, we're going to present the price for just that set.
Now, to see the prices of the other sets, what you're going to do is click on this button up here where it says sets. You'll see a pop out and it goes through all the different sets that we have, how much the price is in full, and then a 5-month plan. And then it even breaks it down per week if you just want to give your customer some perspective there. So if the customer said they like the Essentials plus 5 set, we would say that set is only $177 a month or $871 paid in full. And as a reminder, their 5-pay number will ultimately be a little different based on what their local sales tax is, but we never say the cents, only the dollars. So it's best just to round up to the next nearest dollar and just quote that amount as their 5-pay. So in this case, it would be $177 a month.
Now, why do we present at this point the 5-pay option first instead of the paid in full? Well, if we're looking at starter sets, then oftentimes it's because it's a budget related concern that we drop down to the starter sets. So we show the 5-pay first because typically that's what the customer is going to be most interested in once we get to the starter sets. We really focus on that 5-pay option. I want to tell you a quick story about Ernie Eats or Not. He was one of my favorite reps, and Ernie didn't live in the nicest part of town. He actually lived in a really rough neighborhood, and Ernie said, Drew, I don't know if I have a whole lot of customers that can afford sets. And what we realized is that all of these starter sets, the 5-pay option is around $100, $150. So all of these options are really affordable to somebody who might be on a monthly budget. And even though Ernie didn't have a whole lot of wealthy customers that could afford the big sets, they felt so good because even on a small monthly plan, they could get a Studio or an Essentials. He sold 6 starter sets in his first week in his fast start to people in his neighborhood, and they're so appreciative. And I bet you now, years later, they're definitely enjoying their Cutco, and it's well paid for, and it's paid for itself over and over and over, many times over at this point. So Mrs. Jones, that set is only blank per month for 5 months or blank paid in full. And then we're going to present the buy now bonus. As a buy now bonus, if you get this set today, you can still have the super shears for free. How cool is that? Any of these starter sets, they still get those super shears for free or something of an equal or lower value. Mrs. Jones, is that something you'd be interested in getting today? Smile and nod your head and wait for the answer. When she says yes, you're going to say, congratulations. You're going to love your what? Well, I write that up. Let's look at accessories. If they still say no, no problem. You can customize your own set. Let me show you how it works. And even with a custom set, you can break up the payment over a few months. As long as the order is over $400, they can break it up on a 5-pay. It doesn't matter if it's a set or pieces. They can break up any customized order on a 5-pay if it's over $400. If it's over $200, they can put it on a 3-pay. And if it's over $70, they can put it on 2-pay. So they could literally buy one knife and put it on a 2-pay. So anybody can afford Cutco. And that's what my manager told me. He said, sell them sets or sell them something, because then at least they get to experience Cutco for the rest of their lives. Let's get down to the customized options. So the customized options are for customers who are picky and they just want to pick out certain pieces, and they want maybe some homemaker pieces, some gourmet pieces, so they are not limited to just the homemaker pieces. So step number 1 in customizing options, Mrs. Jones, you can customize your own set and I can still get you something for free. Let's make a list of your 5 favorite pieces you see yourself using the most. And the reason why we have the customers start off writing down 5 things is because the first special, the pick 5, is actually the most popular special special that we have. The specials that we're about to teach you, that you're about to learn, are the same that our Cutco sales professionals use when they're working our home shows and our kiosks in the mall at the winter time. They use these specials, and the reason is because they're quick decisions. It's easy for the customers to say yes, and it's a great value. So these are the specials that everybody in the business uses, and you'll have a great time using it this weekend. The Pick 5 is definitely the most popular. So Mrs. Jones, you pick any 5 knives, excluding the table knives, and you can get a pair of super shears or 4 table knives for free. So basically, they're making their own customized set. This is a really cool thing we do for our customers, and they still get that free stuff, or they can switch it out with other stuff for free. The next special is the buy 3, get 1 free special, and I made a living on this special. I love it. This is great for gifts. This is great for accessories. This is great for multiple sets. So no matter what, whether it's pieces, gadgets, or sets, the customer can do a buy 3, get 1 free. It can be all 4 the same items, or it can be all 4 different. The lowest cost item is the free item. So we've had reps that have done a buy 3, get 1 free with Homemaker and Ultimate sets, even in their first demos and their first weekends. We have reps that do it for gadgets and gift sets, for stocking stuffers, and for the holidays. But the buy 3, get 1 free is an incredible deal. The next special is the free gadget special. Choose any 2 knives totaling over $100. You get a peeler or large cutting board for free. So this is helpful if the customer really likes a knife and then is kind of debating on the second one. Hey, Mr. Jones, if you add that knife, I can throw in this gadget for free. So even if they're just picking up a couple pieces, it's nice to hook your customers up with something small for free. All right, so let's say at this point you haven't made a sale yet. They didn't buy a set. They didn't buy a customized set of individual pieces. It's okay. You're gonna survive. But we want to try to make at least a sale. We want to walk out with an order, because we know that if the customer doesn't get something today, it's really unlikely that they're going to get something later. Plus, the true badge of honor for a Cutco rep is closing percentage. It's not necessarily the size of orders that you write up, it's how consistently can you get Cutco into a kitchen. So let's talk about reserving the buy now bonus. We want to give your customers the opportunity to experience Cutco for the rest of their lives, even if it's just 1 piece. Plus, if they get 1 piece today, what are they going to be using every single day for the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months? Well, they're going to be using Cutco. And who are they going to think of? Well, you. They're going to call you to upgrade their set. So let's talk about reserving your buy now bonus. Mrs. Jones, as long as you get at least something today, my office will allow me to throw in free stuff when you upgrade later. And of course, you'd be helping me toward my goals. Let's see how much your favorite piece would be. Well, that piece is only blank amount. Would you like to go ahead and get that piece today? And you smile and nod. I always suggest them starting off with a double D edge knife, because if they use a straight edge, they're probably going to overuse it. It's going to go dull a little bit more quickly than they want to. So the trimmer, the petite carver, spatula spreader, great knives to start off with so they can experience Cutco. And later, they'll be a lot more likely to upgrade.
Cool. Okay. All right, I need everyone to go ahead and take out their notes. I need everyone to jot down this visual that you guys see up here. I'm going to teach you guys the rule of 7. So this is the rule of 7. I want everyone to draw this slide in their notes. So a study was done at Penn State, and what they were trying to find is the psychology of sales. And what they found is that every single person is on a spectrum of 1 to 7. Now, your 1s, those are your impulse buyers. They see it, they like it, they buy it. Show of hands, who knows someone here that's a total 1, where like they see the first thing and they're like, yep, I need it. I gotta have it. A lot of people are pointing to themselves in this one. So that, for me, that's my dad. My dad is a hardcore 1. He sees it, he likes it, he buys it, doesn't want to look at any of the other options. My demo with my dad took like 40 to 30 minutes, like not even. I was like, Dad, you want to get the Homemaker set? He's like, yep. And I was like, do you want to look at the Signature Ultimate? He's like, nope. And I was like, do you want to look at any of the smaller stuff? He's like, nope. And I was like, okay. And he just wanted the Homemaker. First thing you saw, you wanted it. And then there's other people that are on the opposite side of the spectrums that are 7s. And now people that are 7s, they need to see all of the options. They need to have everything laid out on the table before they feel comfortable saying yes. Who knows someone that's like a hardcore 7 where you have to like show them everything and like beg them to even do something? Yeah. So same here. So for me, that's my mom. My mom is a hardcore 7. My demo with my mom took me 3 hours. It took me 3 hours. She had so many questions on everything. She made me read every single page of my script. And we went from front to back. I felt like we went over everything so many times. And she ended up getting 1 pair of super shears and a trimmer. That was it. 3 hours, sold 2 pieces. So with that being said, what your guys' job is to cater to your customers' needs. Now, some people like my mom are going to be 7s and their demos are going to take 3+ hours. Sometimes you're going to have really quick, easy, fast demos where sometimes you're just going to sell a homemaker set without even trying. And you're like, this is awesome. This is the best job ever. So your guys' job is to cater to your customers' comfort level. Some people are comfortable spending $15.49. Sometimes people are comfortable only spending $100 or $70 or $80 or however much money they feel comfortable spending. But as you drop down, you get closer to that target market. Now, the average between 1 and 7 is in right here. It's like a 4, 5-ish. That's actually, no, it's 4. It's 4, right? So this pick 5 special, don't be surprised this weekend if you guys sell a lot of pick 5 specials. Like, don't be surprised if you guys sell a lot of these. So I just want to tell you guys one of my favorite stories about dropping down. I was showing one of my friend's mom. It was Sarah Conley's mom, Patty Conley. I was in student council with Sarah, and she was like, yeah, sure, you can do a presentation with my mom. I was like, bet. I go over to Miss Conley's house. I asked her to buy the homemaker set. She says no. I asked her to buy the galley set. She says no. I asked her to buy the starter sets. She says no. And at this point, she is pissed off. She's sitting there like arms crossed. She's like, Trey, I told you I'm not going to buy anything. Why do you keep asking me to buy stuff? I already told you no so many times. And I'm just like, hey, Miss Conley, I'm just doing my job, man. My job is to read this script. I read this script. You can say no as many times as you want. I'm just doing it for the practice as what my boss told me I needed it to do. She was like, fine. She like crossed her arms. And then I get to the pick 5. And the same 5 knives that she picked were the same 5 knives that were in the essential set. And I was like, Miss Conley, this is kind of weird, but these 5 knives that you picked out are the same ones that are in the essential set. You can get a free pair of super shears, and you can get 5 table knives instead of the 4 table knives, and you'll save more money. Instead of just buying everything individually, you can just buy it all in this set. She goes, I guess that does make sense. Let's do that then. And I was like, perfect. We wrote it up and we high-fived and we hugged it out, right? So what I found out about Miss Conley that day is that Miss Conley is a 4. Miss Conley is a 4. When I asked her to buy the essential set over here, she was ready to take my head off. She was pissed, right? But when I got to the pick 5, she was like, okay, let's do it. Mood completely changed. So Miss Conley, what I found out, is a 4. So it's your guys' job to find out your customer's comfortability level. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Cool. With that being said, you also have your dropping up process. You have your dropping up process where you're going to sell some signatures, ultimates, and you're going to sell some Cutco kitchens even of some, you're going to sell these. Oh, am I still recording? I am. Okay. I just got really nervous that I wasn't recording. I was like, shoot, we're going to run it back, do it all over again. Just kidding. But there's going to be some times where some of your customers, they're going to say, hey, the Homemaker Plus A set, way too small. I need more. I've sold a couple ultimate sets in my career. The first one was one of my friend's moms. She's a very bougie lady. I'll say that. She's a very bougie lady. And she's like, is your homemaker set the biggest one you have? And I'm like, no, we have our ultimate set. It's this one. She goes, cool, I'll take it. All right. And that's it. That's all I had to say. Is there anything bigger? And I was like, yeah, there's this one. She's like, cool, I'll take it. All right, let's write it up. That was the easiest set sale I think I've ever had in my entire Cutco career, was that one right there. I know it was an ultimate set. Another one of my ultimate set sales was with one of my friend's parents. It was with Mr. Merrill and John Merrill's dad. And when I found out about Mr. Merrill, is that Mr. Merrill actually used to be a chef. And when I was showing him all the pictures of all the knives that go in that ultimate set, he knew more about them than I did. He's like, oh, you have a fillet knife, you have a this knife, you have a this knife. And I was like, yeah, for sure. That's totally what that is. Yeah. And he ended up knowing more about the ultimate set than I did. And he ended up buying it. I was like, all right, cool. And mind you, guys, like I was a week in the job, like barely. Like I was like just starting out. And he was like, all right, I'll take it. And I was like, cool, let's do it. So your signature and your ultimate set sales are going to be some of your biggest, easiest layup sales that you guys will get. Oh, yes.
Can I add something?
Yes.
It's good little. I was just like thinking about how, my husband's mom, her kitchen is like my husband used to work for Cutco, so before joining the military, and all of her kitchen stuff was Cutco. And she lives in Texas, and I haven't really been to her house that much because she just moved. And I was on FaceTime with her, and I was like telling her about the job I was going to be doing, and she was like, Desiree, first off, let me just show you something. And she flips her like the little FaceTime camera, just the wall mounts, and I'm like, is that all Cutco? She was like, yeah. So if you have anything new, you need to let me know right now. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and people love Cutco. They'll buy everything. Some people just want the biggest and the best of everything. So that's a great example, even like very close to home, great example. Just wanting the biggest and the best of everything. So now I'm going to be asking for some interaction here. I have 2 reps. I have rep number 1 and rep number 2. I got rep number 1 and rep number 2. Now, out of rep number 1 and rep number 2, who do you think ended up selling more on like the dollar amount? Like who do you think sold more
Rep number 1.
of Cutco? So rep number 1 got 1 vote for rep number 1. So rep number
I'll say rep number 2.
So I got 1 and 1.
I say number 1.
Number 1.
I think number 1 too.
Number 1. Seen a lot of number 1s. You guys are all wrong, except for Anthony. So rep number 2 actually ended up selling more than rep number 1. And the reason why rep number 2 ended up selling more is because he focused on closing percentage. So rep number 1 was just going for the big sale. He was just going for the Homemaker Plus 8. And in the other 8 demos that he was doing, he wasn't catering to his customers' needs. He wasn't trying, wasn't putting the effort. For the rep number 1, it was Homemaker or bust. And that's not what we do here. That is not what we do. Our job is to get Cutco into as many people's homes as possible so that everybody can experience Cutco for that. So yeah, pretty much that everyone can experience Cutco. So rep number 2, he had average stats. He had a 60% close. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 no sales. So he made 6 sales, had 4 no sales. Sold a pick 5, a buy now bonus, a gadget special, still sold a Homemaker set. Sold a buy 3, get 1, and sold a studio set. And rep number 2 ended up selling over $1,100 more than rep number 1.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought we were going down like number by number. Not in like whole. I thought we were going like number by number.
No, like we're talking like
The whole shebang.
Dollar amount, yeah. But anyway, I guess I could have framed that better. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up and let's go to our key takeaways. So our key takeaways from our dropping down and dropping up process is first, go slow. You guys will not make sales speed running your demo. You will not. Plain simple, to the point. You are not going to make sales if you're doing your demos in 20 to 15 minutes. You need at least 45 minutes plus to do a full presentation and do the full drop down process. So when you're doing your demos, make sure to go slow. Don't rush yourself. I know you guys are going to be nervous. I know it's like your first time doing it. So don't speed rush, don't speed through it. Go slow, maintain the value. Number 2 is show everything. If you don't show it, you're not going to sell it. How's your customer supposed to buy an ultimate set if they don't even know an ultimate set exists? They're not. They're not going to buy one, right? So you need to make sure that you show everything. Show them everything. You never know what's going to pique somebody's interest. Number 3, stress the 5-pay option. When my mom bought her Homemaker Plus 8, my mom eventually upgraded. When my mom bought her Homemaker, she put on a 5-pay. My mom put it on a 5-pay. I think you should too, Mrs. Jones. Or Mr. and Mrs. Customer. Nothing, ain't no shame in a 5-pay. Put on a 5-pay, Mrs. Jones, please. I'm begging you, do it. Interest-free, no background checks, no credit checks, nothing like that. Just Cutco takes it on goodwill. So stress the 5-pay to your guys' customers. Number 4, ask with the order with confidence. Ask for the order with confidence. If you guys ask for the order and you're like, Janetta, do you kind of sort of want to buy your Homemaker set today and receive your free set of gifts? Are you gonna make sales? No. You're gonna say, Janetta, do you want to buy this Homemaker Plus 8 set and receive a free set of gifts today? You're gonna smile and nod, right? Ask with the order with confidence. Fake it till you make it. If you're nervous and you're not sure that your customer's gonna buy it, just pretend like they are. Pretend like they are, fake it till you make it. Sell them a set or sell them something. I don't care what you sell as long as you sell something. Number 5, objections are a good thing. And you guys are going to get objections this weekend. You're going to get objections your entire life. You're going to get objections this entire first weekend too. So get used to handling objections. Be used to reading that script and be ready for your customers to tell you no and for you to handle that objection. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Awesome. And then number 6 is read your script. When you read 100% of your script, you give 100% of the value. When you read half your script, you only give half the value. And if you try to freestyle an entire Cutco presentation, if you try to freestyle an entire 45-minute presentation, do you think you guys are going to get a sale? Nah, bro. We don't freestyle over here. That's not what we do. So make sure that you guys read your script word for word. When you read your script, you bring 100% of that value. All right. So with that being said, we got, let's see here. We got 15 more minutes of video. We got 15 more minutes of video, and then we're going to take our first break of the day. Sound good? Thumbs up. Awesome. So this is going to be gifts and accessories. So you can title this in your notes, gifts and accessories.
Okay, I want to explain a concept and a tool that's going to be extremely beneficial to your Cutco business. This is going to help your customers get the best deals possible, and it's also going to help you get the biggest sales possible. As I went through my college career, my average order increased each campaign. And the reason why it increased is because I got better and better at this skill set, and it's called the wish list. So the wish list is kind of a philosophy, and it's the idea that we want to load up as many items and pique as much interest in as many Cutco items as possible for the customer, because the more we add to the cart, the more options we give, the bigger and better deals we can give the customer, and they end up getting more free stuff. So as we go through the presentation, as we go through the gifts and accessories, anything that catches the customer's attention, anything that catches their eye, we want to suggest to them just to throw it on the wish list. And we're going to say something to the effect of, hey, Mrs. Jones, this doesn't mean we're definitely going to get it. It just means you like it. And we're going to have it on the wish list. The more we have on the wish list, the bigger, better deals I can give you. There might end up being some things that we can get for free at the end of the presentation. So I want to add everything on your wish list. And if you decide to not get certain things today, we can just save it for future reference for later. So we want to get the customer as comfortable as possible, loading up that cart, loading up that wish list, because again, the bigger wish list you have, the better deals you can give, the more free stuff you can give. Ultimately, it's going to help your customer and it's going to help you. So this is an important concept for Cutco owners as well as brand new customers that are buying Cutco for the first time. If somebody's buying Cutco for the first time, this could be for add-ons, for gifts, for accessories, flatware, cookware. Don't forget to ask the questions. Who do you know that likes to do this? Who do you know that likes ice cream? Who do you know that likes pizza? Who do you know that likes to garden? So you can make suggestions and share some ideas for gifts and have fun with this, because the more the customer gets involved, the more excited they get, the more interested they're going to be building up the order. Again, you can hook them up with a great deal and turn out with a bigger, better order for yourself.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is talk about the gifts and accessories. This is where you're going to go through and be able to upgrade and add things to a customer's order. So let's talk about the first page. The first page, you'll see table knives. So the table knives, you'll see they come in 4, 6, 8, or 12, and they also come in 3 different colors. So you guys see that has the black handles, the white handles, or the red handles. So those are the table knives. Now, here's what I'll tell you about the table knives, is that these are super easy add-ons. Everyone knows the Homemaker set comes with how many table knives? 8, right? So I will tell you that we usually recommend that the homeowner has at least 2 table knives in their house per person in their family. And the reason is because, don't forget, they're not just used for steak. They're breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you're using this for all different meals. So they're always in the dishwasher. And so that's why we recommend having at least 2 per person in the family. But what happens when they have family come?
So I want you guys to go ahead and write this down in your guys' notes, this little blue box. The buy 3, get 1, buy 6, get 2, buy 9, get 3. you guys can do this with any of the same items. So for example, if I wanted to buy 4 table knives, you could do a buy 3, get the 4th table knife for free. Now, with that being said, it is Christmas time. It is Christmas time. It is Thanksgiving time. We got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the holidays. We have all those sales coming up. Cutco makes a great gift. Cutco makes a great gift. So if your customers are hosting Thanksgiving, if they're hosting Christmas, if they're hosting New Year's, and they need extra Cutco, ask them, how many do you think you'll need? Or how many extras do you think you'll need? 4, 8, or 12? 4, 8, or 12? Make sure you ask that question. Make sure you ask that question. With that being said, you're not to pick favorites real quick with these table knives during Thanksgiving dinner and during Thanksgiving dinner and during Christmas dinner, right? Some in-laws are gonna get the crappy old knives. Some people are gonna get the nice Cutco knives. Got to pick favorites, right? Don't want to do that. So just get some extras. With that being said as well, you can also do this with any of the same items. So for example, last year, I had a customer call me and he said, Trey, I want to get 4 galley sets for my 4 daughters. So I did a buy 3, get 1 free galley sets. So he bought 3 galleys and got the 4th galley set for free. So you can do this with galley sets, homemaker sets. My friend down in Texas, he had one of his representatives do a buy 9, get 3 free ultimate sets. It was a $30,000 order. It was a $30,000 order. And it was this old grandma who wanted to get it for all of her kids and all of her grandkids. So make sure this weekend and throughout the next couple months that you ask the question, have you done all your holiday shopping? Have you considered the gift of Cutco? I want everyone to write that down right now, actually. Have you considered the gift of Cutco? Have you considered giving the gift of Cutco? Iconic line. You guys are accidentally going to sell so much because your customers are going to be like, oh no, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about that. It's like, hey, we have this incredible deal where you can buy 3 of these and get one of them for free. Pretty cool stuff, right? And I've seen a lot of people do this with starter sets too. They'll do like buy 3 studios, get the 4 studio set free, and give it to all their in-laws, grandmas, grandpas. People go crazy for the Cutco during the holidays. Last thing I want to say before I answer any questions is December 1st. December 1st is the cutoff date. December 1st is the cutoff date to make sure that your Cutco gets to your customers by Christmas. December 1st is the cutoff date. Any order placed after December 1st, there's no promise and no guarantee that it will get there before Christmas time. So right now we're in November 11th. So they got 20-ish days to buy all the Cutco that they need for their friends, for their family, and for themselves to get it before Christmas. Any order placed after December 1st, they will have to pay for shipping, the shipping express, and they'll have to pay for like next day shipping. And it's not cheap. Let me tell you that. It's not cheap. So make sure that you ask every single one of your customers if you consider giving the gift of Cutco, and ask them if they've done all their Christmas shoppings, because after December 1st, there's no guarantee that they'll get it by Christmas. So make sure you guys build the urgency with your customers. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Any questions on that? All right, cool. Let's continue rocking.
Come over. What happens when they host the holidays? Things like that. Unless you want some people with the good stuff and some people at the kiddie table, it's really good to have some extra table knives in the house. So what I'll tell you is that a great question to ask your customer after they figure out what set they want is, how many extra table knives do you think you'll probably need? 4, 6, 8, or 12? So that's the way to ask it, right? Hey, how many do you think you'll probably need as extra table knives to keep in the drawer? 4, 6, 8, or 12. That way, when you have company over or when you host the holidays, you have enough. So next one is the steak knives. So let's talk about the steak knife. They come in packs of 4. So remember we talked about the steak knives earlier. This is the steakhouse style steak knife, little bit longer than the regular table knife. It's got the full tang with the triple rivets, right? And it's got a little heavier feel to it. I love these things. So these steak knives, they come in packs of 4. So that means if you want 8 of them, then you would just do quantity 2 of those 4-pack of steak knives. Next, you see the stainless table knives, and so you guys see those come in packs of 8. So let's talk about some of the gadgets here. Cutco won't make anything unless it can fit into 3 different categories, and that is that it is guaranteed forever, and we would feel comfortable guaranteeing it forever. It's dishwasher safe, and we can guarantee that it's the top rated of anything else on the market. All right, so the first gadget that we're gonna show you is the can opener. And the can opener, what's great, it's got super smooth wheel action, guaranteed forever. Most people's can openers stink. This thing's fantastic, and it's got a super strong magnet. Check this out, my keychain here. Right? That thing is awesome. The lid is not going to fall into the soup or the tuna. Next you'll see is the wine opener. That's fantastic. It works really well. And then of course down at the bottom you guys see the entertainer pack. This is probably the most popular thing for people to add onto their orders. I think I told you that my mom gets 3 of these every year, puts them in the closet. When she needs a gift, she wraps it and puts a card on it. Awesome gift. Let's go to the next part here. The next page, you'll see the cheese knives. So these are the different styles cheese knives here. You see the regular cheese knife, which is the soft grip. That's the one that comes in the entertainer pack. The next one you'll see is the traditional cheese knife. That's the one that comes in the signature and the ultimate set, and it's got the full tang with the thermal resin handle. Next you see a mini cheese knife and a Santoku style. It's just a little bit more of a curved tip, different style. This is super popular. This is our 60-piece flatware set, and what you'll see is it comes in a beautiful cherry wood box. It comes with 12 table knives that have the double D edge, the stainless table knives. It has 12 dinner forks, 12 salad forks, 12 soup spoons, and 12 tablespoons. So that's a 60-piece set of flatware. Now, if you look in Bed Bath & Beyond, or if you look in Williams-Sonoma, you'll see that really nice sets of flatware are usually $2-3 grand plus for a really nice set of flatware.
This is only around $1,700.
And what's cool is that it has the biggest discount. So when you get it in a package like this, it already has the biggest corporate discount out of anything in the book already built into it. Now, here are the big selling points of the flatware. Most other flatware companies, the reason why they change their designs on the flatware every couple years is because if you lose a piece or break a piece, you 5-10 years down the road, you can't go back and replace just those 1 or 2 pieces that are damaged. You have to buy a whole new set. So the cool thing about Cutco is that they look super classy. The styles will never be discontinued, and they never go out of style. 25 years down the road, something gets lost or you throw it away in the pizza box by accident, you can actually replace just a single fork or a single spoon. Set of flatware, that's just as good as you selling a Homemaker Plus 8 set. So if somebody already owns a Homemaker or somebody already has a nice set of Cutco, hey, this is a great way to still get a really nice order on your demo, even if they already have a nice set of Cutco. If you think our knives are great, wait till you see our cookware. These are our pots and pans. It's the only cookware on the planet that is guaranteed forever. What's cool is that it's so high quality. It's what's called waterless style cookware. You need very little water or oil to cook your food in. So here are the main points with the cookware. And it's written right on the page for you to show your customer. It's healthier for you. It increases the flavor of your food. It improves the appearance of your food. And you actually cook in faster time. So the cookware is fantastic. We're going to show you a quick video on how it works. But if you have customers, who are interested in pots and pans, they can't go better than Cutco cookware.
Hi, I'm Derek Fidel, Cutco sales professional, here to give you a brief introduction and the features and benefits of Cutco cookware. To talk a little bit about the materials used in Cutco cookware, we actually use a 430 magnetic steel surrounding the pan. This will make it so it's induction stove capable too. On the inside, we've got 304 surgical grade stainless steel, which is very durable, very easy to clean, and of course is dishwasher safe too. Now, although it is dishwasher safe, we do recommend washing it by hand. On the inside layer, we actually have 3 layers of aluminum. So even the lid has the same construction. So your food will cook from the top down. the sides in and the bottom up. So it's basically like a mini oven cooking your food. We're cooking it from all sides, so you're not gonna have any cold spots on your pan. Cutco cookware actually conducts heat so well that it's stackable cookware, so you can do multiple layers of cooking on just one burner. Now the cool thing with Cutco cookware is it's actually low moisture or waterless cookware. So to reference other cookware, let's say we're boiling broccoli. A lot of times we just do it fully immersed in water, and by the end of it, all the water's green, which unfortunately that's about 80% of the nutrients in the broccoli. It's a lot of the flavor too. Now with Cutco cookware, the cool thing is all we need is a little bit of water. So here, if we just put a little bit of water in the pan, and then we're gonna splash it around to get the whole thing coated on the inside. Now we're gonna spin the lid, and you guys can see that the lid is spinning very freely, okay? Almost frictionless. And what that is gonna do is that's gonna tell us that a vapor seal has formed. Now I'm yanking on the lid here just to show you that it's got the suction there. And that suction is going to trap all of the flavor and all of the water and all the nutrients right inside the pan. Now, like I was mentioning earlier, we've got the 5-ply construction, so the lid is going to be nearly as hot as the bottom in just a couple minutes of being on the stove. So we're cooking food evenly from all sides. Kind of like the same concept of boiling, but without the water, because the water is extracting all the nutrients. So our food is going to keep all the nutrients and all the flavor right inside. Like all Cutco products, Cutco cookware is backed by the Forever Guarantee, so it's fixed or replaced for free forever. Not just your lifetime, but this is a legacy cookware set you'll be able to pass down from generation to generation.
By the way, pricing on this will blow your mind. I don't know if anyone's familiar with how much good quality cookware costs, into the thousands of dollars. Our cookware is about a half to a third the price of some of those other high quality brands that are in the same quality range, and it's guaranteed forever. If you have a customer who's interested in both the knives and the cookware, we can throw in a ridiculous amount of free stuff for them. So check this out. All they do is they pick out small, medium, large knives, so Homemaker Signature Ultimate, and then they pick out small, medium, large cookware, and then based on whatever combo they're getting, your manager can help you out with a great deal on hooking them up with a bunch of free stuff. I remember being really excited to get my first larger order. I think it was like $2 or $3 grand or something like that. But I remember I was pretty fired up about it. And then the longer I was around, the more I realized that those types of orders were not uncommon. In fact, they happened all the time on an office basis. Now, they don't happen every single day for every rep, and they certainly don't happen, even every week for every rep that you get an order that's, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 plus. But I do want you to understand that it is pretty typical for those orders to happen. And so I don't want you to be surprised when you have customers who go way bigger than maybe you expected. And so just in the last 9 months, you guys see we have a $12,000 order for the office, an $8,000 order for the office, 7, 7, 6, 6. Yeah, and this is just one office out of hundreds of offices across the country. And you guys see we have $5,000 orders, $4,000 orders. We got a bunch of orders in the 3K range, a bunch of orders in the, more in the 3K range, more orders in the 2K range. So you guys get the picture here. And so I just want you to understand that, these types of orders, even though it might feel exciting when you get them, your first couple, I do think it's important that you understand that customers are buying these types of orders all the time, all across the country. And the only way for that to happen is if you give people an option to go bigger than the Homemaker, right? Because if you're only ever showing just the Homemaker set as your largest thing that you're showing, then it's going to be hard. Most customers, it's not in their nature to say, hey, Johnny, do you have anything bigger and more expensive that I can buy, right? Like it's just not somebody's, it's not in human nature to ask that question. So you can't expect your customer to ask that. So you got to give them options. So, one way you can do that is just by asking, hey, how many do you want, right? So without digging into each of these orders, right? I'm sure some of them are ultimate sets. Some of them are some version of some kind of Cutco kitchen, whether it's, knives and cookware. Some of them might just be, hey, a bunch of gift sets, right? For a bunch of gifts and things like that. But, just by asking your customer, about different options, I think you'll find that you'll have every once in a while you'll get a larger order, and that can really help to hit your promotions much faster and certainly help boost your commissions. Okay, so let's talk about the hunting and sporting accessories right now. So the first thing we're going to show you is the Fisherman Solution. This thing is so awesome. I don't even fish and I love this thing. You can actually unlock it and it goes from 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 inches long if you are deep sea fishing and you catch jaws, right? What's great about this is that the sheath also doubles as a pliers to hold the fish while you're filleting or taking out the hook. There's a sharpener on the back for your hooks and for the blade. And check this out. While it's in the sheath, there's a little part of the blade that's exposed. Not big enough for your finger, just big enough to cut your line right while it's on your belt. This thing is super popular. I don't know if anyone knows how much good fillet knives are, usually a couple $100. This is $100 and it's guaranteed forever. So really popular thing for people to add on. K-bar knives, if you know anybody who was in the military, they have absolutely heard of K-bar. It's a standard issue for most of the armed forces. So here's what's cool. We have a selection of a few different K-bar pieces that your customers can buy from you. And what's great is that they're guaranteed forever. Just like everything else, and they are super high quality. So if you have somebody who was in the military or ex-military, it's almost guaranteed sale when you show them the K-bar stuff. Let's go to the next one here is the Cutco hunting knife. The hunting knife, this thing is absolutely beautiful. Comes in either the classic or the pearl handles. I am not a hunter myself, but has anyone heard of a field dressing before? A field dressing is when you gut, skin, and clean out in the field. Most hunters have to go through 3 to 4 sharpenings even on one field dressing because it really beats up on your knives. Cutco, this will go through 7 to 10 complete field dressings before it needs to be sent back and be resharpened. Most hunters only do 1 or 2 field dressings a season anyway, so they just send it back in the off season, get it retouched up, and they're good to go for the next season. This is our drop point hunting knife. We have a drop point and a clip point. They come in either the orange or the black, and it comes in a nice leather sheath as well. We have garden tools. They're brightly colored so you won't lose them. They won't bend, rust, or break, and they're guaranteed forever. The cool thing about our pruners, they will multiply your hand strength by 7 times. So they're great for little old ladies who don't have a lot of hand strength. You can take down the forest with this thing. Next up are pocket knives. These are great gifts. They come in at different color handles, and they also have an option of either the straight edge or the double D edge, and we can also do engraving for gifts on these as well. Okay, next up we have our barbecue set. The great thing about this is that it's 18 inches long, so that way you can stand away from the flame and not worry about any flare-ups. You can even reach over the fence and grab your neighbor's food with this stuff. This is great. I am not a huge cook at home myself, but I grill all the time. My wife way better cook than me, but I'm the grill guy, and so this is awesome. I use this stuff all the time, guaranteed forever. Most people go back to Walmart and replace their $50 barbecue set every couple of years. You might as well have one set that's guaranteed forever that you love. Okay, now we're going to talk about our gift sets. These are awesome for small wedding and birthday gifts, but they are also perfect for business appreciation gifts and client gifts. We have people that sell 10, 20, 50 of these at a time all across the country every single week. Cutco makes an awesome business gift. Think about it. What's the alternative? Is they're going to get a wine and cheese or a fruit basket for $150 saying thanks for your business or we appreciate you as an employee? You might as well give them something like a small set of Cutco. We can engrave their logo on it, and it's going to be sitting on their counter and using it for the next 50 years, staring at that company logo. Plus, oftentimes it can be a tax write-off for them as well. By the way, it doesn't have to be a business. We have grandmas all the time that place an order for 5, 10, 15 gift sets and give it to their kids or their grandkids. We can engrave it. You'll see an example at the bottom here about the engraving. A great question to ask your customer is, do you ever give business or client appreciation gifts? Here you'll see the gift cards. This is perfect if they're getting a gift for somebody and they don't know how much Cutco that person already has. They can just get them a gift card and let that person pick out what they want. All right.
All right. That wraps up our first part of training today. And you guys, we knocked out a big portion of training today. And as of right now, we're actually ahead of schedule. So hopefully that keeps on tracking. So with that being said, let's do a quick round of takeaways, and then we'll take a 20-minute break. Who wants to go first?
I was a huge fan of those of the cookware.
Yeah.
whenever I last worked for Cutco, I don't believe that we had that design yet, and so that really like caught my attention.
Yeah, our cookware is, by the way, incredible. I love it. I actually just bought some of my some Cutco for myself not too long ago, and I wish I bought it sooner because it is awesome. So
That was the words out of my mouth was like, I wanna pick Cutco cookware right now.
yeah, they're lit. They're built like a tank. I throw them in the dishwasher. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Any other takeaways? I want to hear from everyone. So either I pick on
I'm
you.
honestly excited to like introduce the cookware to people because the majority of the people that I've talked to, they're like, "Oh, you just sell knives." And now knowing that I have like my hunter people and I have my people who grill and I have my mamas who are always in the kitchen that always need like different dishware stuff. Man, I slightly wish I like waited to buy like my cookware set because I spent what was it almost like $4,000 on it. But now I'm like looking at this, I'm like, dang, I could have saved like so much more money, but it's okay.
It's all right.
Just
And I
it's
love
gonna
that
be awesome.
I love that you brought up that point too of like, even if they don't buy knives, we have cookware, flatware, indoor, outdoor. We make so many products. So even if during your presentation, if someone's like, yeah, I don't want to buy knives, cool. Let me show you everything else that we have.
Yeah. So I'm like, I like the little variety of things.
Absolutely. And then Des, what about you? What was one of your takeaways?
I like the grill stuff because, like the grill sets, my uncle Chris, my auntie Leanne, even my husband, my grandfather are grill men. Grill all weekend, every weekend, all summer type of deal. Even when you go camping, you bring that stuff, and we're big campers in our family. So I thought that was like really neat.
Hell yeah. Yep. And one of my favorite phrases do you guys want to learn how to sell the barbecue set in one phrase? One phrase, the little one-liner to sell a barbecue set. I say, Mrs. Jones, this barbecue set is Colorado proof. Do you know what that means, Mrs. Jones? It can withstand the heat, the cold, and all the crazy weather that Colorado gets. You can leave them outside and they'll still look brand new. So they are Colorado proof. Everyone's like, dang, I like that. Like, yup. So call the barbecue set Colorado proof because we get a lot of weird weather all day, every day. So I like it. Milena, what about you?
I think it's good to know about all of the deals and stuff because I feel like they're very appealing and like I feel like it'll convince people to get more than just the deals.
Absolutely. We have so many different kinds of deals. The drop down, we got the pick 5, buy now bonus, we got gadgets, we got buy 3, get 1. And you're guys about to learn a little bit more about our deals and discounts here at the end. I have some incredible deals and discounts where when you guys hear these, your jaw is going to drop to the floor and you're gonna be like, dude, I'm gonna sell so much Cutco this weekend. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a 20-minute break. You guys know the rules. You guys know the vibe. Just stay on camera. Don't turn off your microphone. Don't turn off your camera. Or no, turn off your microphone, turn off your camera, but don't leave the Zoom. So let's take a 20-minute break and let's be back here by 12:53. Cool. So the next part of training, and if you guys want to go ahead and take out your guys' notes, the next part of training is going to be the recommendation and referral process. So this section right here will lead to your long-term success. It will lead to your long-term success. Unfortunately, we do not know an unlimited amount of people. We don't. But guess what? People know people. So if you guys can master this recommendation and referral process, you guys will be able to do this job whenever you want, wherever you want, and as long as you want. Now, I've seen a lot of people fail this job. I've coached thousands of representatives before, and I've seen a lot of them fail the job. And the reason why a lot of them fail the job is because they come up to me and they say, Trey, I have no one to call. And it's because they didn't master their recommendation or referral approach, and it's because they weren't paying attention in this section during training. So this section right here won't lead to your immediate like short-term success like other sections did today, but this section right here will lead to your guys' long-term success and be able to make sure that you guys have plenty of people to call for the rest of your guys' Cutco career. So can I get a thumbs up if that makes sense? Cool. Let's go ahead and dive in and learn how to ask for recommendations and referrals.
Okay, let's learn how to ask for recommendations. Most reps will tell you that asking for referrals is the most important part of your presentation because regardless if you have a big sale, small sale, or no sale, building your customer base, building your contacts is so crucial because it allows you to build the business as big as you want it to be, and it gives you the control and flexibility that you need to have as many people to call to fill the demo slots that you want. So the more referrals I got, the more control I had over my business, the more fun Cutco became. So I really focused on this part of the presentation. When I first started asking for referrals, I was a little bit nervous about the script. I was a little bit unconfident. That was back when everything was in person. So I was trying to make a lot of eye contact and, and trying to look down at my script and look back up. The beauty of the virtual program is you don't have to memorize it. You just have to be confident reading, nod and smile through your Zoom screen, and share your passion and enthusiasm for what you're building in your Cutco business. So at first I average about 4 or 5. Even if you're averaging 3, 4, 5 referrals per customer, that doubles and potentially triples your customer base every time you go through a cycle of appointments. So as long as you're getting more referrals than demos that you're completing, then you're building your base. But think about when you get to 10, 15, or maybe even 20 referrals per customer for people that can get to that level, think about how big that can expand. The new virtual appointment, the ability for customers to directly click and upload referrals right to your app allows for you to get more referrals than I was ever able to get down by just writing things in a notebook. So more names gives you more control, more flexibility, and more opportunity. I love asking. I love asking for referrals because it builds your networking skills. The importance of building a customer base, the importance of getting referrals, the importance of learning that skill is so crucial to so many industries. So learning that in Cutco gives you so much power, resume experience, and a resume builder for future career opportunities. I also love the connection that asking for referrals gives. I love meeting new people. So whether it's a family friend or a neighbor or a relative of somebody that I met and built a relationship with, I love making that connection. I love meeting new people and really connecting.
Welcome to the tutorial series for Vector Impact. In this section, we'll cover how to get recommendations with My Cutco Rep, the app we designed for our customers. To download this app, we have our customers visit the App Store on their device, whether it's the Apple App Store for iOS or the Google Play Store for Android. While your customer will get a link sent to them via text, they can also just search My Cutco Rep. The first result will take them straight to its page on the App Store. From there, they can download and open the app like they would any other. Once the app is open, we see the first screen, which has a video the customer can watch to give them context as well as a spot to enter in your rep number. Typing that in and selecting Find Rep, we're taken to the confirmation screen where the customer will enter their 4-digit meeting number. This part allows the referrals your customer gives you to be tied to their name in Vector Impact. Entering that correctly and selecting Confirm Meeting, the app will then make sure that the meeting we found is for the right person. From there, we just select Continue. The customer will then be presented with the survey questions. After they answer each one and select Submit Feedback, they'll be directed to your rep page. This lists out your name, phone number, and the bio that you had written in Vector Impact earlier. From here, they can call you, text you, and recommend people to you. To do this, they select the Share button, which takes them to a page that describes what we do with their data. To agree and grant access to their contacts, have them select Grant Access and then OK in the pop-up that follows. At this point, they'll see the list of contacts that are on their device, each contact having a checkbox next to their name. All your customer needs to do now is check off the people they want to recommend. If they have someone specific they want to find, they can search for that person and check them off as well. Once they select share however many contacts and confirm in the prompt, we'll be able to view the referrals in Vector Impact after refreshing. Selecting View Shared in the top right corner lets your customers review and introduce the contacts they decided to share. To introduce a contact, have them select Introduce next to that contact's name. This will take them to the introduction page where they can preview the message and take an optional selfie with you. If you created a custom message for My Cutco Rep within Vector Impact, they'll be able to see it here. When you select Create Message, the SMS app will open, ready to send the message in a three-way chat between you, your customer, and your new referral. Once they send the message, they can mark this referral as done by selecting Introduced. Have your customer rinse and repeat for the remainder of their referrals, and you'll be good to go.
The ability for customers to give so many more referrals than they would have otherwise, because everything is literally just a click of the button. And a lot of times customers, they'll go through the A's, the B's, and the C's because it's in chronological order. They'll already be at 5 or 10 referrals. So with your enthusiasm, your excitement, your promotion, and tying the customer into your goals, that's why we're seeing reps get 20, 30, 50 referrals at a time on a consistent basis from their customers, because they're able to tie them in. The implementation is so easy. It's so much simpler for a customer than when I was asking for referrals, especially those three-way texts to give the heads up. It makes the job of a rep so much easier. Love the apps, love the technology. Thank you, David, for the explanation.
Okay, let's check out the script. You're going to ask for recommendations after you enter in the order, but before you wrap up the appointment. And the reason is we want to make sure that all the numbers, all the negotiating, all the deals, that's taken care of and that's not still on our mind, so we can be completely focused on referrals when we get to that point. Now, there are 3 keys to getting a ton of referrals. The first key is ask. Do not forget to ask. I remember a handful of times when I would either be really excited about a big sale or maybe sometimes disappointed in a no sale, and I just forgot to ask for referrals. And each time I would follow back up and they'd be more than willing to give referrals, but it's way, way, way easier in the moment. So don't forget to ask. That's when they're most excited. That's when they are the most supportive, the most enthusiastic about what you're building. So in the moment, right at the end of the presentation is when you're going to get the most referrals. So don't forget to ask. The second key is smile. The more you smile, the more enthusiastic you are, the more you share with your customers how excited you are to build your business, the more enthusiastic they will be to recommend you and introduce you to their family and friends. Ultimately, you need to be somebody that's likable, somebody that's passionate, somebody that's enthusiastic, somebody that they're interested in introducing to their family and friends. And then the third key is follow the script. As long as you follow the script, everything is baked into the cake for you. So as long as you read and smile, you're going to be great. Step 1, ask for recommendations. Mrs. and Mr. Customer, how did you like my demo? Great. Go ahead and pull out your cell phone and you can answer that third question about my product knowledge for me. There's no need to make me sound better than I really am. I want to get real feedback so I can keep improving. Now, there's one more very important part. Here's where you can really help me out. I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show it to people I've been personally recommended to. I'm really trying to keep my schedule full in order to hit my goals. So what I need you to do is go through your contacts and jot down the first 100 names that come to mind. I'm just kidding. Actually, the app you downloaded is designed to be a huge time saver for both of us for this part. It allows you to send me introductions straight through the app, so anyone you recommend me to automatically syncs with my phone. That way, you don't need to take the time to type them all out one at a time and email them. This is much easier, and of course, I'll only be able to see the contacts you send me. On the bottom of the screen, you'll click the share button and then hit OK to share contacts. Then it lets you select those 100 or so people you wanted to refer me to. Okay, on this part, I'd like you to go ahead and check off everyone that you think might be nice enough to see me. Not necessarily people you think would buy, just people who are nice like you. It's okay if they live out of state since I do everything online anyway. Again, thank you so much for your help. Check off as many as you can and just let me know when you're finished before you click the share button at the bottom. Take as much time as you need on this because it's the most important part of the meeting for me and I don't mind waiting. Once the customer says they're finished, you're going to say, okay, great. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, thank you so much. Before you click the share button, can you tell me how many it says you selected in the blue box? Now, this is going to be important for our sponsorship. We want to try to target certain numbers, and round numbers are typically easier. So we want to shoot for either 5 or 10 or more referrals from every customer. So if your customer refers you to, let's say, 2 or 3 or 4, and we want to try to get up to that 5 level, we just want to ask again and see if they can jump up to that next level. Now, it's a really simple ask because once your customers have referred you to a couple, it means they're willing and excited to help you out. So coming up with a couple more people to refer you to is usually not that big of an ask. So we want to try to get up to either 5 or 10 or more for each customer, and we want to incentivize with a little bit of sponsorship. So after the customer says they're finished, we're going to say, okay, great, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. Thank you so much. Before you click the share button, can you tell me how many it says you selected in the blue box? Our goal is 5, 10, or more recommendations per customer. So we created a sponsorship program. The sponsorship is basically a motivator for the customer to try to hit a certain mark to help you build your customer base. So we're going to say, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. That's a big help. Just so you know, if you can get me at least 5 recommendations, you become a sponsor. If you can give me 10 or more, you become a double sponsor. Once I have 50 sponsors, I get a free piece of Cutco from my manager or a cash bonus to help me pay for school. Do you think there's any way you can think of a few more to check off who might be willing to see me so you can become a sponsor or a double sponsor? Now, this is a great way to motivate our customers to, just click a few more on the app. That way we can send it to our contact list. We found that when customers give a few recommendations, typically they're willing to give a few more. And when we tie them into our goals and get them excited about helping us out, they're usually willing to give a few more. So if a customer gives you 3 or 4, it's okay to ask for another 1 or 2 to get them excited about your sponsorship so you can earn more free Cutco for your collection. If they clicked 6 or 7 or 8, it's definitely okay to ask for a few more. Now, what if your customer already gave you 10 or 15 or 20? Well, they're definitely willing to help you out. They're excited about your goals and they want to see you succeed. So don't be afraid to ask those customers to click a few more as well. All right, so you're going to say to your customer, okay, now go ahead and click the Share Contacts button at the bottom. After they share their contacts, we want to have the customer give their friends a heads up text. Because when somebody gets a heads up text, they know what you're calling about. They're already interested in the presentation, or at least interested in helping you out and hearing you out and listening to you. Then that's going to be a much easier way to set up your presentations. So we're going to say, thanks again, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. It's much easier for me to contact people when they already have a heads up that I'll be reaching out. Go ahead and click on Introduce next to the first one on your list, and then click the Copy to Text button. You'll see it gives you a pre-written text to introduce me to them before I reach out. Now, your customers will love this because they probably want to give their friends a heads up and their family a heads up before you give them a shout anyway. Now, there's an optional selfie. So this is for customers if they want to take a picture of you and them on the Zoom screen or FaceTime. That way they can show their family and friends what you look like. That way you're not a scary knife salesperson with a trench coat with blades slinging down the side. They can do that. So you can opt in or out, but it's their choice, your choice. So before sending the message, Mrs. Jones, go ahead and click on Take a Selfie, and then you can just snap a picture of us together here on the Zoom FaceTime window. That way they can place a name with a face when I reach out and they see that I really do know you. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, after sending that text, go ahead and mark Introduced at the bottom so that one is finished. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for each recommendation. It will just take a minute or 2, and thank you again so much. This helps a ton. After the text introductions, we want to get a little bit of guidance from the customer on who they think we should contact first. Basically, who do they think would be most interested in checking out Cutco? The contact should sync up almost immediately in your Vector Impact app when the customer sends them, so you can take notes right in the app. You don't have to worry about writing anything down. If you don't see them, pull down on the app to refresh for them to pop up and show up. If you don't see them, you can take notes somewhere else and copy and paste into your notes later when they do sync up. So we're going to say to the customer, Mrs. Jones, if you were me and you were in a big contest like I'm in right now, out of the people you sent me, who would be the first 5 you'd want to show? You're going to open the potential customer's profile in your Vector Impact app, and you can just pepper the customer with a couple questions. How do you know them? What do you like about them? Do they cook? Are they married? So you can ask a few questions just to get a little bit of direction so you know who you should reach out to first. Once the contacts are synced with your Vector Impact app, you can mark their best 5 as 3-star referrals in your app. A 3-star referral is somebody that would be at the top of your list that you'd want to contact first if you're excited about showing them Cutco. Having some notes about them makes it easier for you to build rapport when you contact them. Now, after you get notes for the best 5, we want to set up the ability to get more references in the future. Thanks again, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. You may end up thinking of some more people in the next few weeks, or you may run into someone who says they want Cutco. anytime that happens, you can just pop open that app and send me more context, and it will sync up automatically and let me know who referred them to me. Thanks again so much.
So we are not going to role play our script right now with each other. What we're actually going to do is we're going to watch. Here we go. We're going to watch Drew's experience when he's asking for recommendations and referrals. And you guys can see how one person leads to thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of sales.
Most of you will probably wait until after your fast start to start calling referrals. Some of you, you'll wait a month or two because you have so many people on your list. Some of you will have to call referrals sooner rather than later, and that's okay. For example, Dylan has so many people on his list. If he calls a referral within 3 weeks, he's doing something really wrong. So some of you will have to call right away, within, maybe by the end of your fast start, but you never call referrals right away. So anybody that responds yes right away, either they text or they call, and that customer says yes, after your fast start, once you get into calling referrals, then yeah, you want to call them immediately because it's fresh. But this weekend, don't call any recommendations at all. I'm going to teach you how to do it through the advanced training process. Do not call any referrals. Now, what if you're recommended to somebody who you already had on your list, you just didn't have their number? So basically mom and dad's friends, they should have been on your list anyway. So when mom and dad give you referrals this weekend, since you already know them, if you just didn't have their number, of course you can call them because that was supposed to be on your list from the beginning. Okay, so those are the only ones that you can call are the ones that mom and dad give you because they were supposed to be on your original list. Got it? Easy enough? Yeah. All right. If they already know you're calling, at least if they have the heads up, it's easier than if you're just calling them randomly. Some tips on getting some more recommendations. Use thought joggers to brainstorm. So a lot of reps will say, hey, how about some family? Or do you have any friends that live out of town? Or how about your neighbors or coworkers? And they give tips or ideas of how to think of more people. Another thing that representatives do is they ask their customers if they'd be willing to post and tag them on Facebook in order to give a shout out and promote them to their family and friends. It's an easy way for people to find you if they are looking for Cutco. I'm going to show you my recommendations notebook where you keep track of all your referrals. I just made a binder. I took my AP Calc binder. I hated AP Calc. It sucked. So I turned it into money, and I used it as my scholarship notebook. I also took an old social studies notebook and I turned it into my scholarship notebook. I did a really good job crossing it out there. Now, when I first started, I didn't follow the manual. I was just winging it. I did it off the top of my head because I thought I sounded great. So I want you to see how I did with referrals. I'm going to show you some of the mistakes and also the successes that I had with referrals. My first one, and the pages are brown because it's like 12 summers old. But the first one, they gave me, the first couple people gave me a bunch. They gave me like 7, 8, 9, 10 for the first ones because they really liked me. Why do people give you referrals? Because they like you. So build a lot of rapport, have fun. This one gave me 6. Now the next one, they gave me 10. Why? Because they liked me. Did I say anything the right way? No, I screwed up. They gave me 10. They gave me 10. Why? Because they liked me. Then I got really overconfident because I was like, oh, well, they're all giving me 10 and I'm not even following the manual. I didn't realize they were giving me 10 just because they liked me a whole lot and I was really close with them. They weren't giving me 10 because I did it the right way. So then I started stinking and I got 4 and then I got 6 and then I got 4 and then I got 2 and then I got 3 and then I got 2 and then I got 7 and I was getting really pissed at that point. I called my manager. I said, hey, I'm not getting a lot of referrals. This is just not working too well for me. He said, Drew, are you following your script? I said, like kind of. And he said, Drew, if you do it word for word, you cannot fail. I've had a ton of reps fail this job. A ton of reps fail this job. In every case, they say, I don't have people to call. By the way, I've worked with thousands of reps. In every case, they say, I don't have people to call. And I say, hey, ask me for referrals. I want to hear your referral approach. Do you think they know how to do it? It sounds like something totally weird that they learned in like Henkel's or Wusthof training. It is horrible, all right? I've never had a rep fail the job who's had the recommendations approach nailed. It's impossible. It's impossible to fail if you have your recommendations approach word for word. You'll never run out of customers. This person gave me 7, and I started getting more confident. And then I got 6, and then they emailed me a bunch. And then this person gave me 4, and then this person gave me 10. And if they didn't give me 10, I wouldn't have met all these great people. This is Claire Silfies. Claire didn't buy. Is it okay if somebody gives you referrals if they don't buy? Yeah. Yes. Claire didn't buy anything, but her referrals did. She wrote down 5 at first. I said, Claire, thank you for those 5. Is there any way you can give me 5 more? She said, Drew, I'll give you 5 more, but I promise you they're not going to what? She promised. Why? Because customers are always trying to think about people that would what? Buy. They're not trying to think about people that would just what? Look and help you out. So customers are going to try to judge their friends. The only reason why they would only give you a couple is if they are trying to think about buyers instead of lookers. Now, here's what's funny. Sue Runger and Dorian Kluber, the last two, the afterthoughts, they were the biggest sales. Galley set and Homemaker +8. Now, she was judging them and she said they weren't going to buy, but they ended up buying the biggest stuff. This is Kim and Bob Thomas. They bought a Studio +4 on the 5-pay. They owned a townhouse, didn't live in the nicest neighborhood. They lived in a townhouse. They owned it, bought a Studio +4 on the 5-pay, which is about how much per month? About 110, exactly 110 per month. It's an awesome, awesome set for somebody on a lower budget. Now, they bought a studio. They recommended me to 10 people. The last person on their list is Peggy Zungalo. It took them 10 minutes to figure out who the last person they wanted to recommend me to. And they said, we just can't figure out the last person, but we want to give you 10. The only reason they gave me 10 was because Claire gave me 10. Only reason Claire gave me 10 was because I numbered my page. So Peggy was their neighbor. They said Peggy is definitely not going to what? But she'll be nice enough to what? Look, she was their neighbor, also owned a townhouse next door. She was the adjoining townhouse. Okay, I called Peggy. I set up the demo. Peggy was the nicest human being in the world. She had owned Cutco for 25 years. She already owned everything. Kim and Bob didn't even know that. She bought the rest of the set, and she recommended me to 9 friends. Her best friend is Barbara Peterson. Barbara Peterson bought a Galley +6. Barbara recommended me to her daughter. Her daughter bought a Galley +6. Every single person that Peggy recommended me to, all 9 of her referrals, they all bought Cutco from me. It turned out to be thousands of dollars in sales, and this was the last person on her list. So you don't want your customers to judge because you never know. Do nice people buy Cutco? Yes. So don't let your customers judge their friends. Get as many nice people as possible. And you see how it keeps on building? My confidence was through the roof because I kept on getting 10 because I memorized my what? Script. I was in a rush, so I got 3. I was killing myself. And then I got 2. Okay? And then I got what? 10. And then I got what? 10 and then 1. It's weird. Some people are just lame. If someone is lame, don't worry about it. Don't freak out. Not everybody gives you a ton. They gave me 1. The next person gave me what? 6. Good counting. And then the next person gave me what? 10. And then what? 6. And then what? At that point, I was averaging 10 every other time. Was I feeling pretty good? I was building my customer base. I had probably a couple hundred, at least over 100 customers at that point. Mike and Diane Jaffe, they bought a custom set. They wrote down 5. I marked off number 5 on here. I said, Mike and Diane, if there's any way you can give me 5 more, it would really make a difference. So they gave me 5 more, but they promised me they were never going to what? Buy. Number 6 is Robin Gall. Robin already owned the Ultimate set. They didn't even know about it. She bought 3 pairs of shears. Okay, the next one was Joyce Rubinson. She bought a Homemaker +8. The next summer, she bought a Gourmet set. The next one is Eileen Stone. I called Eileen every single day for the entire summer, never picked up her phone. Okay, number 9 is Denise and Peter Healy. They bought a Galley +6. The next summer, they bought 8 more table knives. Number 10 is Tom and Tony DiSilvestro, bought a Galley +6. The next summer, bought 8 more table knives. So out of the last 5 people that were definitely not going to buy, Homemaker, a Gourmet set, 2 Galley sets, 2 sets of table knives, 3 pairs of shears, plus all their referrals. Do nice people buy Cutco? Yes. Don't judge your customers. Then the next person gave me what? 4. And the next person gave me what? 10. And then what? 3. And then what? 4. Not everybody gives you 10, but a lot of people will. And then 10. 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 So I went on a streak of getting 10 every time. Within a day and a half, I got 50 to 60 more leads. This is Denise Healy. She was the Galley +6 from the previous list. She was the afterthought that her friends thought that she would never buy. Her afterthoughts, Phyllis Sambar and Betty Hancock, both bought sets. They were the 2 biggest sales from her entire list, but they were the last people that she wrote down. You never know what people's spending habits are. Don't let your customers judge their friends. You're looking for nice people. They gave me 10. Next one gave me 1. I got 5 in a row to give me 10, and the next person gave me 1. Some people just stink. Some people are lame. Don't freak out. Some people don't give you a ton. Most people will. And the next person gave me 1. Okay? But then the next person gave me 10, and then 10, and it just keeps on building. Do you see why I was really good at this job? Not because I was the best, not because I was the most talented, but because I did more demos than everybody else. I did more demos than everybody else because I focused on referrals.
All right, now you guys are about to go through your guys' fast start contest. You guys are about to learn about all the cool free stuff that you guys can get in your fast start. And now I feel like you guys are finally excited enough, and I feel like you guys are now just finally ready enough to experience this. All right. So with that being said, we're going to be going through our fast start contest. Drew's going to say a prize level, and it's going to flash up on the screen. So he's going to say, when you hit $1,000 in sales, you get this. When you get $10,000 in sales, you get this, or whatever. I want you guys to write down those levels. All right. And I want you guys to write down all the prize levels as well, because we're going to be going hard on our fast start contest. And I want you guys to know what's up for stake. So show of hands, who's ready for our fast start contest? Thumbs up, show of hands, I don't know, whatever. Let's dive into it. Let's get into it.
All right, we are ready for the fast start prizes. 10 days to go Cutco freaking nutso. I love the fast start program because I was always taught, no matter what I was doing, whether it was sports or school or whatever, how you start something is typically how you finish. And it's so important to build momentum, so important to dive in head first and to build that confidence, build that momentum, and build that trajectory. I always felt like it was kind of like dipping your toes into a pool of water. If you dip your toes in, it's always going to feel a little bit cold. If you dive in head first, you might feel that little sting at first, but it's going to warm up real quick. And that's what the fast start is all about building momentum and preparing yourself for the future. You can also think about it like lifting weights. The harder you lift weights, and if you lift really huge, dumbbells at first, and then you go down in weight, it feels a lot easier later. Well, the harder you work in your fast start, think about after your first 10 days, how much easier the job is going to be. One, because you got better at the job so quickly. Think about the volume of appointments, the number of phone calls, the amount of times we ask for referrals over this 10-day period, how good you're going to get at the job. You could feel like a master within a week and a half or 2 weeks working with Cutco. I also love this because it's an excuse to work harder, an excuse to put our time into it, whether it was a competition in school or competition in sports. I was always down to compete. And what I loved was giving myself an opportunity to do something that I didn't think that I otherwise was capable of doing or would have pushed myself to do if I didn't have the excuse just to go after. So whether it's the competition or winning prizes or hitting certain levels or just winning some free Cutco, I love that opportunity to show ourselves what we're made of. I also think it's an excuse to make a lot of money. Hitting some promotions and leveling up, hitting that 15 or 20 or 25% promotion. We have lots of examples, reps who can even hit 30% promotion within their first 10 days on the job. And that's a special opportunity to motivate yourself to be in control and to open future opportunities based on how much you invest yourself into this first week and a half. Again, the momentum with your sales, the momentum that you'll get with referrals, the job is going to become so much easier later because the effort that you'll put in over these first 2 weeks. Now, if your schedule's squeezed and you don't have a ton of time, you're like, gosh, this might not be the best time because I've got all these other things going on. Don't worry about it. Some of our top and best fast start performances have been from the busiest people. I remember Riley Laurenti was a high school senior. He had just turned 18, was a high school senior, captain of his soccer team. So every day he had school and then he had soccer practice at night. During the week, he was able to fill in, 1 or 2 appointments in the evenings around school and soccer. And then on the weekends, he just loaded up and he was able to hit his 10K performance, even around school and sports. So regardless of somebody's schedule, regardless of what your next week and a half looks like, try to maximize it as much as you can. Now, the rule of thumb is just lots of demos, right? Nothing replaces hard work. And I always say that the rule of thumb would be 1 demo per day gives you an opportunity at your first promotion, right? 10 demos in your fast start pretty much guarantees that first promotion. 2 demos a day in your fast start for your first 10 days for the average rep knocks out their second promotion. 3 demos a day in somebody's fast start typically knocks out that third promotion at $6,000 in sales. Now you go from 1 demo a day, 2 demos a day, 3 demos a day, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000, that seems like a little bit of a bigger jump. Well, what I've found in my experience, 20 years of selling Cutco and teaching Cutco, is when you do more demos in a shorter period of time, you get more chances for bigger sales, more opportunities for those homemakers and ultimates and cookware sales and gift orders. So when you give yourself more opportunities, typically you have bigger averages because you carry with that momentum, that excitement. And again, as we said, you learn more quickly and give yourself the ability to help out customers even better. 4 appointments a day,
typically leads to that fourth promotion. 40 appointments in somebody's first 10 days is a really good recipe to give somebody a chance at knocking out that 30%. We call it dirty 30, but knocking out that 30% promotion within a very short period of time. Now, is it tiring? Absolutely. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it's like a roller coaster. You're going to feel like quitting every day as long as you're putting in the right amount of effort. That was always a rule of thumb, is that if you don't push yourself to the max, you're always leaving things on the table. So, you're going to be tired doing a lot of demos, and also just the amount of talking on the phone and in your presentations, driving around to appointments as well, mentally learning so much information. Sometimes we have, knife information coming out of our ears, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. And emotionally, we have a big sale and we're like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then we have a no sale and we're like, oh, I want to quit, right? So that's just life. And learning through Cutco how to deal with good things, how to deal with challenges, and doing it for the first time in your fast start could be a little bit overwhelming. And again, that's a good thing. It's a good sign. It means it's building your capacity. So we want to push ourselves to the limit. Now, you're probably thinking, gosh, this is just a knife sales job. I was hoping I was just going to win a bunch of prizes. So don't put out this pressure on me. The reason why I say that is because I don't want anyone to look back and ever feel like they have regret. And the one question that I ask all of our top reps, after their fast start is, if you could go back and do one thing differently, what would you do different in their fast start? And inevitably 9 out of 10 people will tell you, I wish I made more phone calls. I wish I did more demos, because I wish I took advantage of the momentum, the opportunity, the prizes, the competition. And so I say that, and I really want to hit on it because I don't want anyone to feel like they're going to miss out. And so I say it over and over just to make sure, if you have the time, if you have the ability, this is the time to go hard. There's no better time to put your effort into something than your Cutco fast start. So do yourself a favor, work twice as hard as you normally would in Cutco. If you're thinking 2 or 3 appointments a day, do 4 or 5 or 6 appointments a day in your first 10 days. If you're thinking 1 or 2 a day, as best as you can, try to do at least 2 or 3 a day in your first 10 days. Build that momentum, knock out some promotions, and get yourself started in a great career. So let's review the prizes. First prize level is, and when I say first level, I want you to say first level. I know we're on video here, and you might even be sitting in your room or in a dorm room or whatever. If you're in an office that's a little bit more comfortable, but wherever you are, if mom's in the background, whatever, I want you to yell, I want you to scream, I want you to be goofy, because we're selling knives and this is a fun job. So when I say first level, I want you to yell first level. When I say next level, I want you to yell next level. And we're gonna go through these prizes. I want you to get hype, and even if you're just in your own room and you feel a little goofy, I think that's fun. So I'm by myself in this room too. I'm just recording this for you, but let's go. Ready? First sale. Oh, that was garbage. I said first sale. All right, that's better. First sale, Cutco Fast Start Contest. If you make your first sale in your first 10 days, you get the Cutco Veggie Peeler. Now, this is one of my favorite products. I typically buy Cutco peelers in bulk, and I will give them to friends and family as gifts. I think that everyone deserves a Cutco Veggie Peeler in their life. It goes forwards and backwards. It's so smooth. This really is a statement piece for Cutco. It's dishwasher safe, forever guaranteed. When have you ever heard of a veggie peeler that's forever guaranteed? But you make your first sale in your first 10 days and you get a veggie peeler for the rest of your life for free. All right, next level. Good. Next level. I like that. I like that. Next level. Okay. $1,500 in sales. You sell $1,500 in your first 10 days selling Cutco. It's $150 a day. It's like a half of an average order a day for 10 days. So $1,500, you get not only the veggie peeler because they're cumulative, but you also get the Cutco steak knife. Now, this Cutco steak knife to me is a really important piece because if you have the Cutco steak knife in your set, then the only 3 sets that come with the steak knife option, I should say the only 2 sets that come with the steak knife option is the signature and the ultimate set. So being able to have that piece in your set for the customer to use, you'll certainly have the ability to sell more upgrades and work with Cutco owners to add some steak knives to their collection. All right, give me a next level. Next level. All right, I'm losing my voice already, but I'm in it. All right, $2,500 in sales in your first 10 days. It's $250 a day. It's less than an average order a day for 10 days. So if you can make 1 sale a day for 10 days in Cutco on average, then you get yourself the veggie peeler, the steak knife, and you get the traditional cheese knife. This cheese knife, to me is I think is the most versatile piece Cutco has because it's a gadget. It also has that thermoresin handle, so you can have it as a display piece along with the other knives. It goes in some of the blocks as well. Comes with the signature and ultimate set.
it is the sharpest knife that I've ever seen to be able to cut as smoothly as it does with that micro D edge. Gosh, to have this in your set, I love mine. I've used it for 20 years myself. And when you win this in your sample kit, you will be thanking yourself for years and years to come. Next level. There we go. Next level, $4,500 in sales is the next level, and it's $450 a day. It's about 2 average orders per day. So if you're averaging 3 appointments a day, you give yourself a good shot at this. Not only you get the veggie peeler, the steak knife, and the traditional cheese knife, but you get, well, this is a pretty big level. And I would say let's pump the brakes here and really take hold of this. $4,500 in sales. You get those 3 pieces, and you get the paring knife, the spatula spreader, the slicer, and the petite chef. That is a big, big deal. You get all 4 of those pieces in addition to the other 3. So at this point, $4,500 in sales, you've made $700 in income at that point based on the commissions. You've also won 7 pieces of Cutco between the peeler, steak knife, cheese knife, and those 4 homemaker pieces. So if you're making some goals, or if you haven't been decided yet, 3 demos a day and giving yourself a chance at winning this prize level would be a good choice in your Fast Start contest. Okay, give me a next level. Next level, $6,000 in sales. Now, I love this level because it's 3 promotions. You've knocked out 15, 20, and 25%. You've made $1,000 in income in your first 10 days. Now, we have reps that will hit it in their first weekend and make $1,000 in their first paycheck. And if you have the time, if you have the capacity, go after it. And I want to see the smile on your face. But $6,000 in sales in your first 10 days. By the way, there's no time limit. If it takes you a month to sell 6,000, you earn the same 1,000. If it takes you 2 months to sell 6,000, you earn the same 1,000. But when you can do it in a short period of time, then it just becomes more fun. So $6,000 in sales, you've earned $1,000 in income. You've hit 3 promotions. You're at 25%. You won those 7 pieces that we just talked about, and you win the Fisherman Solution. I love this piece. I've never fished. I'm not a fisherman. I'm like from Philadelphia. I'm an East Coaster, and that's not, doesn't mean East Coasters don't fish, but where I was from, it was not a big thing. However, I sold so many Fisherman Solutions because I had it in my sample kit showing that the blade extends from 6 to 9 inches depending on the length of the fish, having the hook in there so you can cut your line, having the pliers so you can take the hook out. It is just one of the coolest things that I've ever seen, and I don't even fish, but I sold a ton just by having them in my sample kit. All right, next level is $7,500 in sales, $750 a day for 10 days. It's 3 average orders a day for 10 days. Not only do you get the 7 pieces that we talked about before, the veggie peeler, the steak knife, the cheese knife, the paring knife, the spatula spreader, the slicer, the petite chef, you also get the Fisherman Solution, and at $7,500 in sales. If you have the time, if you have the space, if you have the context, go after it. Go pedal to the metal and go after this level, because you also win. By the way, you've earned, not only have you earned $1,500 in income at that point, the additional pieces that you get in addition to those other ones we talked about, you get the Homemaker Completion Set, which is the carver, the carving fork, the turning fork, the butcher knife. This to me is, if you can win the rest of the Homemaker in your first 10 days, make that type of income, if you have the chance to go after it, you might as well. And if you come short, who cares? You end up selling more than you would have otherwise. You're gonna fall back, and you're gonna end up hitting a level that's more than you would have thought before you started this training. So it pays to think big, and win or lose, you're gonna end up doing some big things, whether it's with your sales, winning prizes, or building your confidence. This Fast Start is a big deal. All right, give me a next level. Next level. I'm losing my voice here. That's how excited I am about these prizes in this Fast Start, but I'm in it, and I hope you are too. $10,000 in sales. Now, we have an entire wall of $10,000 Fast Start champions for my office. I know every office in the company has their little Hall of Fame, and this is really just an opportunity for somebody to say, you know what? Why not? Why not eat, breathe, and sleep Cutco for, hopefully not eat, right? But why not go after Cutco for 10 days straight and just see what I can get out of this experience and see how big I can go. So $10,000 in sales, you've hit 4 promotions, you've made $2,000 in income, you're at 30% from then on, you're a Dirty 30 achiever already, and you win our VIP night out. So in addition to all those prizes, you get a night out on the town with your district manager, potentially probably with your division manager too. If you're in my division, absolutely, we are going to party hard, but we have a VIP night out. We do a fancy dinner, we take some great photos, we celebrate the champion that you are in our VIP night. So $10,000 in sales, you get all those prizes and VIP night out, and you're at 30%.
Next level is $12,500 in sales. $12,500, you're at 30%. So think about this. Within that period of time, you've gotten to the point where you're at that percentage level. It never goes backwards, can only go higher. So off the next $2,500 in sales, making 30%, that's $750 in income off of that next $2,500 in sales. So what I love about this job is that as you hit promotions, the effort stays the same, but the income continues to increase. And I love that you can stay consistent and your paychecks will continue to grow. $12,500 in sales. If you do it in your fast start in your first 10 days, not only you get the VIP night out and all those Cutco prizes, you also get the cookware sample kit. That way you can add to your set so you can show off these high-level Cutco items and increase your demo capacity. Give me a next level, $15,000 in sales. Gosh, $3,500 in income at this point. What would you do? I don't even want to know. What would you do for $3,500 in income? Well, probably make a lot of phone calls, do a lot of demos. That's what we do, right? $3,500 in income in 10 days. I don't remember any of my friends are earning that much in a summer, let alone in 10 days. And when I found out that in Cutco with work ethic, with intensity, with intentionality and commitment, the sky's the limit. It really gave me the insight that, I wanted to be, rewarded for my effort. I wanted to be rewarded for my hard work. And that's why this program is so special. So $15,000 in sales, you get the VIP night out, all those Cutco prizes, the cookware sample set. You also get the Petite Santoku and the Hardy Slicer. These are two knives that come in the signature set and the ultimate set. They make a big difference for your sales. Two of my favorite gourmet knives that we have. That's $15,000 in sales. Next level is $20,000 in sales. If you hit $20,000 in sales, you've made $5,000 in income in 10 days. That is absurd in such a short period of time, but we're here for it. We have winners across the country on a regular basis here in Cutco. And I always say, why not you, right? Why not give yourself that opportunity? $20,000 in sales, you've earned $5,000 in income. You had another promotion, you're at that bonus level of 35%. So now you're earning income twice on every sale. Your manager will get into a little bit more detail on how bonus works, but you're at 35%, made $5,000. You won all those prizes we just talked about, and you win the annual region trip. And every region does this really special. It's typically at a warm place, typically has a beach and some sand, and oftentimes has an all-inclusive aspect to it. So you win the annual region trip for $20,000 in sales. Now, the final level is the region record. Our Southwest region record is $39,119. If you hit this level, you get all those prizes that we just talked about. You get the Cutco veggie peeler, you get the steak knife, you get the cheese knife, you get the paring knife, the spatula spreader, the slicer, the petite chef, the fisherman's solution, the carver, the carving fork, the turning fork, the butcher knife. You get a VIP night out, you get the cookware sample kit, the Petite Santoku, the Hardy Slicer, the annual regional trip. Gosh, this is a lot already. And on top of that, if you break the region record, you get the Day of Decadence with Lloyd Reagan, our region manager. I don't even know what comes in the Day of Decadence because I've never won that before. So when you win it, you'll have to let me know how it is. So those are the Fast Start prizes. I'm out of voice. I'm out of time. I hope that this was motivating for you. Let's go big in your Fast Start.
All right. So now what I want you guys to do, now that you guys know what is up for stake and what is up for grabs in your Cutco Fast Start, excuse me. What I want you guys to do is I want you guys to circle a level that you guys want to go after. I want you to circle a level that's inspiring, that's exciting, where you're like, if I could hit this level and get this product, or if I could hit this level and have this experience, or be able to go here, or travel here, or do this, or do that. I want you guys to circle a level that you want to go after, that's personal, that's exciting, that's inspiring, and that is motivating to you. Don't write it down a level or a goal that you think I want you to write down, or that you think someone else is writing down. I want you to write down your goal, your level, and when we share those goals with our customers, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to share that goal. Thumbs up if everyone's got that written down. Cool. Next thing I need you guys to go ahead and do is I need you guys to set your phones off, or I need you guys to grab your phones and set your notes off to the side. So grab your phones out, take out your guys' Vector Impact apps. We're going to dive into our team builder section, and I'm going to let Drew explain this one.
All right, I want to talk about our Team Builder program. This is an opportunity for you to win some cool stuff and also influence others and influence your friends and give them the opportunity of Vector and Cutco. I'm so passionate about this program because I was told about the job through my older brothers and also my friends that were working at the time. And if they didn't recommend me for the job and if there wasn't a program for this, I never would have had the opportunity to sell Cutco and gain the experience that I did. So I'm so appreciative of this, and I want to give you an opportunity as well. Now, we love working with friends in the office. It's a more fun environment. It's a better culture, really fun competition. And if you've ever had a chance to work with friends before, there's just something special about working a job with friends. We also love to compete at a high level at the office. A big army always beats a small army. And so we want to build our team as big as possible with the right people. And we know that if you're the right person and we're excited about having you on the team, then people you hang out with, your friends, are probably good fits for this job as well. The biggest difference that we make is in the people that we recommend, and realize that just by recommending a friend, even by sending them this quick text message that says, hey, do you want to check out the job? That could really change somebody's life forever. You never know what somebody's current job situation is. You never know where their confidence level is at, or their income or their needs. So giving somebody an opportunity for an extra stream of income, either a part-time or a full-time job, is a really, really huge solid that you're doing for your friends. And whether they're interested or not, it's a big deal. And giving somebody that job opportunity, they're going to be super appreciative. Now, every once in a while, is there somebody who's not appreciative that you recommended them for the job? Sure, but it's probably somebody that you're never going to talk to again anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. I recommended all my friends because you never know who's going to be interested. The worst thing they can say is no. In fact, most of the people that we recommend aren't interested. Either they don't need a job, or they're busy with school, or they've got something else going on, or they just don't want to sell knives, and that's okay. But for the few people that are, and the couple friends that you have that would really take advantage of the opportunity, I wouldn't let the opportunity go by. I wouldn't let the chance go by to give them a life-changing experience. You never know. Whether it helps them replace a lost job, save money for school, or just work a fun job over the summer, there's no better time to recommend somebody to Cutco. This is an incredible opportunity for somebody to replace their income and think about adding a guaranteed second source of income after their normal job or school gets back on track. Then they have a guaranteed extra source of income with Cutco as long as they need. For your friends that were already planning on selling Cutco, the opportunity is even bigger and better than it's ever been. So let's recommend everyone we know and pay it forward. One of the assistant managers on our team, Mitch, he recommended his friend Ben when he was in high school, 18 years old. Now, Mitch has been working with us for the past 7 years, and to this day, Ben thanks him every time he sees him. Ben thanks Mitch for the opportunity. Now, Ben only sold Cutco for a month or two over one summer break, but the confidence and the skills that he gained from that experience and from that 1 month of selling Cutco led him on a stepping stone into an unbelievable career, an unbelievable path towards his dream job after he graduated from college. So you never know who you can impact in this situation. The other story that I think about is Aaron Beckman. Aaron was recommended to the job in August at the end of his summer break, and he ended up having a phenomenal summer. He ended up selling a ton of Cutco, but he said to me at the end of the summer, he said, man, I wish I was recommended this job earlier because I know like 10 people on the team and nobody recommended me. I wish I found out earlier in the summer. I would have had the opportunity to impact my income for a couple months and not just at the end of the summer. You know, I also think about Christian Nays, one of my favorite stories. When I told Christian about this program and I said, hey, you can share the opportunity and really change people's lives, he took that seriously. I hadn't even told him about the prizes at this point, but he started texting all of his friends and he said, you got to check out this knife job. It's a really cool opportunity. I ran an interview for all of Christian's friends. He ended up having 10 friends work that summer, won a ton of prizes, and more importantly, all of his friends were so appreciative and so thankful that Christian gave them the opportunity to sell Cutco that summer, because otherwise they probably wouldn't have had a job after graduating from high school. The other big benefit is to you, and we want to hook you up. We don't want you to just do this altruistic, unbelievable solid for your friends, but not you gain at the same time. So we're going to hook you up with prizes in Cutco style. We're going to motivate you and incentivize you to recommend as many people as possible. The most important number is 3. The goal is to try to get 3 friends who you've personally recommended an opportunity to start selling Cutco. And once you have 3, you're eligible for the National Silver Cup Trophy competition. So your sales plus your friend's sales combined, you actually get to compete for a national trophy right off the bat. The other reason why 3 is important is because we like to give away prizes, we like to give away swag. Once you get 3 friends on the team, you get your choice of either a pair of AirPods, a pair of Ray-Bans, or a professional massage, and that's for getting 3 friends on the team. Once you get 6 friends on the team, you get your choice of a Cutco Gourmet set, the K-Bar Explorer, or a $150 shopping spree for business attire. Once you get to 10, you get the next division limo night out. Now, this is a separate limo night. So if you hit 10K in your Fast Start and you win the Fast Start limo and you have 10 friends that start on our team over the next few months, then you also get a limo for that. So 2 limos, 2 nights out, 1 for crushing your sales and 2 for sharing the opportunity. And this is a really cool one. Once you get 20 friends on the team, you get an Airbnb weekend for you and all your friends to party it up. What happens in the Airbnb stays in the Airbnb. So recruit your friends and then recruit a party at the end. So who should we recommend? I suggest just recommending everyone. You never know who's going to be interested, and you never know who's going to even see the text message. And the app is super easy. You don't have to do any of the work. We're going to do the work for you. Anybody that you recommend, they're just going to get a quick text message saying, hey, your friend so-and-so invited you to apply for a job. If you're interested, check it out. If you're not interested, no big deal. You can forget this message.
So something that has changed since this video came out is we no longer say who recommended them until their interview. So for example, let's say I recommended Des. She gets a text message saying, hey, your friend recommended you, versus saying, hey, Des, Trey McCullough recommended you. So it'll be an anonymous text message to anyone that you do recommend. That's the only thing that has changed. So thumbs up if that makes sense. Cool.
Let's say you recommended 100 of your friends to the job or 200 of your friends to the job. Realize that most of them, 90% of them, they're going to see the text and then forget about it, or they're never even going to look at the text, or they're going to look at it and be like, I'm not sure what this is, I'm just going to forget it. So 90% of the people who get the text, they're not even going to register that they saw it. For the people who do, a lot of people will say, hey, that's really cool, thanks for recommending me, not interested, and you'll never hear from them, but hey, that was a really cool thing for that person to do, it was really nice of them to recommend me. Now, a couple of those people are going to say, yes, I definitely need a job, I'm going to click and I'm going to apply, and that's it. You don't have to do anything, because once you recommend them, they'll get a text. If they're interested in applying, they click the link and they're good to go. So you don't have to do any of the work. If you want, you can reach out to your friends, you can give them a heads up if you want to, but no big deal. Our text message is really, really simple. So again, the incentive is to recommend as many as possible, because most of the people that you recommend, they're never even going to see it. So if you're interested in winning some of those prize levels, if you want some AirPods, you want to win some free Cutco, you want to win that Airbnb, you're probably going to have to recommend a lot. And I would suggest recommending every single person in your phone. Some of you don't have as many contacts saved in your phone and you have a lot on social media. Don't worry, we have a really cool program that you can recommend friends through social media. You can do some posts, direct messages. Your manager is going to show you that after I walk through this app, and they'll give you an opportunity to recommend friends and post on social media. And here's what I would say. Again, you never know who's going to be interested. You never know whose lives you're going to impact. And I would say the only way that our office can compete at the highest levels is if we have super motivated people just like you adding to our team continuously. So keep sharing the opportunity, keep building the team. Let's make sure that you're winning big and our team is winning big at the same time.
Cool. So with that being said, next thing I want to go ahead and talk about with this team builder before I show you guys how to recommend is you guys are starting in a very special and a very unique time. Oh, wrong slideshow. Wrong slideshow. Oops, hold on. I have too many slideshows if you guys haven't realized this yet or not. I got too many freaking slideshows. But something that's really cool and that's really exciting about your guys' Fast Start, and something that's really cool and really exciting. You guys remember how you guys or you sell $20,000 in your guys' Fast Start, you guys get to be on that region trip, and how we go somewhere tropical every year? You guys remember Drew saying that? So this year, what our tropical trip is, it's Jamaica. So you guys have a chance and opportunity to go to Jamaica. So there's a couple ways you guys could win this trip. So first way you guys can win this trip, and you guys can write all of this down in your guys' notes as well. So the first way you guys can win this trip, you can sell 20K in your Fast Start. Or from December 9th until January 6th, you can personally sell 8,000 and have your PR team, so people you've personally recommended, sell 2,000. Or you could sell 2,000 and have your PR team sell 8,000 to get your trip covered at 50%. So you guys want to be really, really diving in and you guys want to be really, what is the word I'm trying to find here? You guys want to be recommending as many people as you can. There we go. You guys want to be recommending as many people as you can. So that's to win that trip at 50%. you can win for free by either personally selling 10K and your PR team selling 4, or you can personally sell 4 and the people that you recommend sell 10 by January 8th. You could also win for free just by selling $15,000 personally. So let's say in your fast start, you don't hit that $20,000 mark. And these contest dates from December 9th until the 6th, if you sell 15,000, you also get to go 100% for free to Jamaica. Which is pretty cool, pretty awesome, and pretty exciting. And you will also get to bring your PR team with you. So any of your friends that start the job on December 1st through January 7th can also win the trip for free by selling $10,000 in their fast start in their first 10 days on the job. So let's say that, Melina, I'm going to use you as an example, just because I know you a little bit better. So like Melina, let's say you recommend your boyfriend and your boyfriend starts on December 1st. He sells $10,000 in his first 10 days. He gets to go to Jamaica. And because he's on your PR team, you only need to sell 4,000 and you get to go for free. So you and your boyfriend both could be going to Jamaica. Fire. Fire. So that is the chance and opportunity that you guys have. So with that being said, you can take a picture of this, take screenshots of this. I don't really care, but these are our contests. These are our trip dates. This is everything that's kind of up for stake. So you guys are want to build a lot of positive momentum the next 2 weeks going into this contest and going into these contest dates. So with that being said, who wants to? Okay. So who here wants to learn how to recommend your friends to the job? Awesome. Cool. So go ahead and check out your guys' Vector Impact apps. This is how you guys are going to recommend your friends to the job.
Now we'll cover how you can recommend people to the sales rep position. To get started, we'll navigate to your friends list. Select the menu icon in the top left corner, then select Team Builder.
So some things have changed in our app. So what you're going to do instead is you're going to click More, and then you're going to click Team Builder. Are you guys seeing that tab pop up? Thumbs up. You're going to click More, and then Team Builder. It's right underneath device contacts. Des, do you see that? Okay, perfect.
The first thing you'll see is a pop-up that lists out the wills and won'ts. Our staff will introduce themselves with a text, offer each friend a chance to interview, and treat each friend with 100% respect. Our staff won't bug your friends, get offended if any friend ignores us, or hold against you anything your friends say or do. Consult with your trainer if you have any other questions. Select Let the Intros Begin to dismiss the pop-up. This list will contain all the people from the device contacts page that weren't marked as a prospect and weren't dismissed. Because of this, all the contacts are automatically selected for you, so you can just focus on deselecting any prospects you might have missed. If you want to correct someone's name, select the edit icon on the right side of the contacts row. Here, editing someone's name in the app will not change it in your device's contacts. Once we've filtered out any
Awesome. So who has nicknames in their phone? Awesome. Everyone, yeah. So don't, please change your friends' contacts names. This section, it'll change it for me. So when I'm texting all your friends, I'm not like, hey, stupid Jimmy. Hey, hubby dubby. Hey, boo thang. Hey, booty call number 2. Like, I don't want to see any of that. Please change them. And when you change them in your phone, when you change them in the Vector Impact app, it doesn't change it in your phone. It just changes it for me. So thumbs up. Can we please go through and take the time and just change, at least give me their first name. That's all I need. Just give me their first name. All right, awesome. Thank you.
Prospects you might have missed, and update all the names to be work appropriate. Select Submit in the bottom right corner. From there, we're brought to the list of people we submitted. And now we're able to select the star icon on the left side of each contact based on your trainer's criteria. After starring the desired contacts, select Next to see the summary of your selections. Selecting Go to Final Step, we're taken through each of our starred contacts to add a little more information like how you know them, what activities you've done together, and why you think they do well. After the last starred contact, we're taken to the final screen. In the end, we land on the final summary, at which point we can add a contact manually or select more contacts from our list. We appreciate you helping us grow our company. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions on Team Builder or how the app works? Okay, cool. So we're going to spend the next 10 minutes doing that. I'm going to be here to answer any questions that you guys got. All right, you guys. So next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to sign in and log into our rep accounts on our rep portals. So first things first, I need everyone to go ahead and click on that link that I just posted in the chat box. That link will take you to a website that looks like this. And please, please, please make sure you guys are doing this on your computers. Do this on your computers. Do not do it on your phone because it'll be a whole lot easier doing it on your laptop or your computer versus trying to do this on your phone. So I need everyone to do this on their computer. So when you get to this home page, what you're going to do is you're going to click the orange button that says create username. Once you do that, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. From here, you're going to create your rep account. So you're going to it's going to ask you for your email, cell phone number. It's going to ask you to choose a username. I make mine Trey, and then I put like a little period, and then I do my last name. So I do first name dot last name, and then you guys are going to choose a password. Now your password must be at least 8 characters in length, contain an upper, lower, number, and a special character. And then once you have hit submit and have all this filled out, you will get emailed a verification code. Make sure you guys put that verification code in here, and then we're going to come back to this spot right here. So once you guys have done this and made your guys' rep accounts, you're going to sign in. Once you sign in, and if I can have everyone's attention up here before you guys start working on this, I want to explain everything, and then I'm going to give you guys some time to do it. So if everyone can come back to the screen over here and watch me do this, it'd be great. So once you guys have your username and password, make sure you guys write that down so you guys don't forget it. So what we're going to do from there is you guys are going to sign in. Once you sign in, it'll take you through a 5-step account setup process. So you're going to fill out this spot with your name and formal name. And then this is your account setup. So this is where you get to sign up for direct deposit. So if you have, if you want to sign up for direct deposit, you can click yes, yes, whether it's checking or savings. You put your routing number, account number. You do not need a check number. You do not need a check number. So just put your account and routing number. If you don't know that information, just say no, and we'll send you a check in the mail. Then it'll ask about electronic tax forms. You can either click skip or sign up for this to get mailed to your house. I usually just press skip. Next is a Cutco logo usage policy, pretty much saying don't make Cutco merch and sell Cutco merch without Cutco's permission. And then social media. So you can connect all of your guys' social medias. I recommend connecting your guys' Instagram. We have a really good Instagram program, and they've actually helped me out with a lot of stuff before in the past. So I'm a very big fan of our Vector Marketing Instagram. And then you guys will see a page that looks like this. You'll see a page with 4 giant green bars. Once you guys get to that page, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and let me know. And if you guys do have any questions at all, let me know. I just wanted to walk through that first so that everyone can see that. And once you guys get to that 4 green bars, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So your guys' next step, what you guys are going to do from here in the top, and please be patient during this next section. So I'm going to walk through the steps, and then I want you guys to do it. So what you guys are going to do in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see 3 lines. You're going to press those 3 lines. You're going to click Cutco orders in red, and then you're going to click interactive demo in red. So you're going to click Cutco orders in red, and then interactive demo in red. It will then take you to this website. This is our Cutco orders. This is where you're going to place orders and do all of your demos and appointments from. Your user ID and password is the same as your Vector Connect. So the Vector Connect username and password that you guys just created is the password for this. Once you do that, you will see a website page that looks like this. And this page is super awesome, super simple. This is where you're going to do all of your appointments. You're going to see all your demo tiles up here. And then from there, what we're going to do is we are going to hit the little person in the circle, and then we're going to click profile. And then we're going to look at a page like this. Cool. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is you guys are going to go to a Google Chrome, and you guys are going to open a new web browser, a new tab. You're going to sign into your Google account. And once you guys sign into your Google account, what you're going to do in the top right-hand corner, you guys are going to see that there's a little like waffle, like a little 3x3 grid. You're going to click that 3x3 grid once you've signed into your Gmail account. You're going to scroll down all the way until you see Google Meet. You will then click on Google Meet, and it will take you to a page that looks like this. From here, you will click the blue button that says New Meeting, and then you're going to click the center button that says Start an Instant Meeting. Once you do that, you should be able to see yourself. You're going to say, hey, what's up? What's happening? What's going on myself? You're going to give access to your video and your audio. You're going to give access to your video and your audio. Now, does everyone down here in the bottom left-hand side see this little white text box? Thumbs up. Does everyone see that white little text box with the link? Cool. You guys are going to copy that link. And once you guys copy that link, you are going to go to your profile page, and you are going to paste it where it says Google Meet. Where it says Google Meet, you are going to paste it, and then you're going to click Save Details. Let me know once you've done that. And once you've done that, go ahead and put awesome in the chat. Just say the word awesome, because you guys are awesome. Is the value. What the value is everything in your cart at a retail value. So if you pieced out every single thing individually into your cart, that's how much it would be without the set discount. Today, what your customer pays, which is the second number, is going to be $2,100. So for example, the reason or the difference between the value and what the customer pays is going to be whatever is in the set. So we have a homemaker set. We also have a kitchen tool set. So your customer's automatically saving like $300 just from getting a homemaker set and the kitchen tool set and buying them in a set, because that's come with that built-in discount. So the complete value of the cart is $2,435, but today the customer is going to only pay $2,100. So that's what those two numbers are. The next number is CPO. CPO, that's the number as sales reps that we care about. So CPO stands for commission paid on. So CPO stands for commission paid on. So as of right now, if our customer says, yep, I'll go ahead and take this, let's write it up, you would get paid on $18.94. So your 10%, your 15%, all of your fast start promotions, all of that is for your CPO. That's how we mark everything. It's all based on CPO. That's what you guys get paid on for our contest, fast start contest. Everything is done through CPO. Now you're probably wondering, Trey, the customer's paying $2,100, but I'm only getting paid on $18.94. What's the difference between those two numbers? That's a great question. So the difference between those two numbers is PPSI. I want you guys to write that down in your notes. That's PPSI. What PPSI stands for is postage, packaging, shipping, and insurance. So every single item that Cutco sells is automatically factored into packaging. It's factored into the postage,
the shipping, and insurance. So that gets factored into our price. So we do not get paid on PPS&I. So everything in our cart will get shipped, is insured, and all that fun stuff. So the customer factors into that pay, but we do not get paid on that. So that's the difference between what the customer pays and the CPO, is that PPS&I. So now let's go into a little bit more of the deal writing and order writing part of itself. So let's say our customer does want to get this homemaker set, and let's say they want to get these 3 things for free. So to mark something for free into your cart and to bonus something off, you're going to click the 3 lines, and then you're going to click bonus. Now what that does is that puts a line through the original price and makes the new total price 0. So I'm going to go ahead and bonus off the super shears, and then you can see, boom, and then I'm going to bonus off the can opener, and then you can see it took the price off of all of these things, right? So now the only thing they're paying for is the homemaker set. So when we go back to look at our order health indicator, we can see that the value stays the same, right? Everything in the cart, the retail value still stays the same, but instead of paying that $2,100, now our customers are paying $1,549. So they're not paying for those 3 additional items because we bonused them off and gave them off for free. But now you're also going to notice that our CPO went from $1,800 to $1,018. Now, why is our CPO getting lowered? Well, who's ever heard the phrase that there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? So when we give away things for free and when we bonus things off, it takes away from our CPO. Now, that is a good thing. The reason why that's a good thing is we want to give away free stuff to our customer to lower this customer pays amount so that they have more incentive to place the order and buy, right? So would you rather have a little bit less CPO and get the order, or have a higher CPO and maybe not get the order, right? You're going to take less CPO and hopefully get the order. So that's our incentive to bonus things off, is to get this customer pays down so we can get at least some CPO. So now, if you guys click on this red thumbs down, it'll bring down the order health indicator. So this will be really helpful so you guys don't have to do any math. So as soon as you click on this order health indicator, you can see how much we're bonusing off and how much we're giving away for free. So we've given about 25% discount to our customer. We've given 25% off to our customer. We've bonused over $551 worth of free stuff to our customer, which I think is a pretty incredible deal if you ask me. So it'll also have the payment breakdowns. So a single pay, a 2-pay, a 3-pay, and a 5-pay. So you don't have to do any math and do division and all that other stuff. Everything will automatically be here in your order health indicator, which is pretty cool. So let's say your customer really likes everything. You're going to go ahead and click update on the cart. So as soon as you click update on the cart, everything will automatically update over on your customer's end as well. When we don't click update, that's just their wish list, and that's just the things that they're kind of sort of interested in. But as soon as we have the definite yes or no decision on what they want to get today, click update. It'll show on the customer's end, and now we're ready to check out and place the order. So to place an order, you're going to go ahead and click the cart and then click check out. Now, it'll take you through a 3-step checkout process, and it's super easy, super simple to do. So the first step is going to be the customer type. So if it's a new customer and first order ever, that means they don't have Cutco. They haven't had Cutco before. If it's a reorder, it means you're doing it with a Cutco order. Service calls for our CSPs and our FSMs, and then others is not applicable to us. So either new customer or reorder. So for now, I'm just going to click new customer. The marketing method is going to be a demo, and that's all you have to do up there. So next, it's going to ask for the billing, and it's going to ask for the shipping information. So it's going to ask for the billing and the shipping information. So now the billing information is the information that's attached to the credit card that they will be using to pay. That's the billing. And then the shipping is where it's going. So let's say, for example, let's say I am buying some Cutco. I'm going to buy all of this for our rep, Annie Neeson, on our team. So the billing would be in my name because I'm the one who's buying it. And then the shipping would be to Annie Neeson. And so I put in all of her information right here. Now, if the billing is the same as the shipping, you can go ahead and press yes. and it will all get sent to the same place. Now you need to make sure that your customers understand that the billing info is the credit card, is the address that is attached to the credit card that you're going to use to pay. That is billing. That is the billing information. And Cutco just came out with this new cool feature, and you can click let customer key in. So if I click that, the customer will pop up on their end, and they can type in all their information. They can type in their shipping, and they can type in their billing, which is pretty cool. So if you get any customers that are like, can I do it? Yeah, sure, go ahead, click it, click away. So that's the first step, is finding the billing and the shipping. The second method is the method that they're going to be paying and the shipping method. So ground shipping is included. It's factored into that PPS&I. If they want 2-day shipping, they'll have to pay an extra $40. If they want next day shipping, they're gonna have to pay an extra $66. Most customers are okay with ground shipping. Ground shipping is anywhere from 7 to 14 business days. That's when they can expect their Cutco, as in 7 to 14 business days with ground shipping. Next is the payment method. So they can pay with a credit card or a debit card. They can also pay through ACH, which is a check. And they can also pay through PayPal. Most customers will use debit or credit card. And down here is where you can select the 1, 3, and 5 pay options. So if your customer wants to pay in full, you'll click that one. If they want to split it up over 5 months, you'll click the 5 pay option. Now you're going to notice down here is that if you put it on a payment, it will have an admin fee. Now, what the admin fee is the fee to get into their account. So Cutco is an independent company. We don't do our processing through any other banks or anything like that. So it's Cutco that's going into their account every month and taking that money out. So just like when you go to an ATM and you'll have like an ATM fee, it's that same fee, and it is a one-time fee. Not every single time they go to do it, it's just a one-time fee. So for example, for this situation, if you want to put it on a 5 pay, it'll just be this one-time $12 admin fee for all 5 times for us to get into their account. And then we'll click next. Next is just placing the order. So you're going to want to make sure that your customer has the proper billing, the proper shipping. You want to make sure that every item in their cart is up to their standard. So you want to make sure that they have the right color, the right items, the right quantities, all that fun stuff. You want to make sure that everything's all good. You want to review it on both sides. Next, your customer is going to put in their credit card info. And then you can click this button that says let customer pay. And then the customer on their end can put in all their credit card info as well. And then lastly, you're going to use summarized pricing on customer receipt and email a copy of the receipt to me. By doing that 2 things, it automatically electronically sends that receipt to your customer, and it also emails you a copy of the receipt as well, so you have it for your records as well. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and click place order. So once you click place order, you're going to end the presentation, select who showed. Now I'll ask you to verify the appointment. So this is where the customer can click in and verify that they actually did the appointment and that they are a Mac customer, and that will pop up at the end as soon as you click end demo. So click the person and your customer will fill that out, and then you'll click end demo once you guys are completely done. So that is how you place an order. And that's a little bit on order writing. So
any questions on order writing or how to place an order?
The only questions that I have are about when you like send it over so that they can do it.
So during that portion, just click that button and it will automatically pop up and appear on your customer's end. So as long as you press that button, your customer will be like, oh, I can see it, and you'll be good.
So they need to be like on the same page on their computer.
They will be on the same page on their computer, correct? Yes.
Okay.
So during your demo, you control what your customer sees. So if I click next slide, it'll automatically move on to your customer's end. So your customer is always on the same page as you, no matter what. Does that make sense?
Okay, and like, do they have to make a username and password like we did?
Nope. They just get to walk through our website, which
Okay.
and don't
All
worry,
right.
we're about to explain that in the next section too. So give me like 10 minutes and I'll explain how all of that works. Cool.
The next thing that we're going to go ahead and dive into is our first weekend specials. So these first weekend specials are baller. Throughout training, your managers probably mentioned that we can drop the price of some of these Homemaker and Ultimate and Signature sets. And let's go ahead and show you guys how to do that. So the website that you're going to go to is tinyurl.com/first weekend specials. As soon as you click on that, it'll take you to this little website right here, and it'll show you all of our Silver Cup first weekend specials. Now, these Silver Cup first weekend specials, why we call them Silver Cup specials, is because these are Silver Cup winning specials. Show these to your friends and your family, and your office will win a silver freaking cup. So these are friends and family discounts. So it is for this weekend only. So you must call your office for approval, and you must call your manager for the discount code to get these deals and to unlock all of these deals and discounts. All right. So once again, it's for this weekend only. So if you don't show it this weekend, you won't be able to sell it, and your friends and family will have to pay more than what they were expecting to after your first weekend. So make sure that you get this done and see all your best people this weekend. So the first Silver Cup special is the Cutco Kitchen. So these are for the customers who want to redo their entire house. So if they get the ultimate set with steak knives along with the accomplished cookware set, they can get one of two options for free. They can either get the entire flatware chest for free, or option two, pretty much everything else that Cutco makes for free. So those are two options for the Cutco Kitchen. So these are perfect for people who recently just moved into a new house, renovating their house, or want to do the redo their entire kitchen, or if they're just Cutco crazy and really want to help you and support you in your goals, and they're just like, hey, I got some money to spend, let's make it happen. That's also the type of people who buy the Cutco Kitchen as well. So the next is the Ultimate Set Silver Cup Special. So for our next Ultimate, Signature, and Homemaker Silver Cup specials, they're going to work one of two ways. Your customer's either going to get one, more free stuff, or two, a better deal, or a better price, or a discounted price. So up here, you can see the first option is the Ultimate Set with steak knives, and they get all of these items for free. They get the barbecue set, entertainer pack, garden tool, and the kitchen tool set, all for free. It's $1,070 with the retail value for free just by getting that Ultimate Set today. Or they can do it on a friends and a family discount, and instead of paying that $35.52, they'll only be paying $27.39, which is $5.94 on a 5-pay. It's an $813 discount on that Ultimate Set with that friends and family discount. So if you have anyone that's interested in the Ultimate Set, definitely show them that. Next is our Silver Cup, our Signature Set Silver Cup special. So once again, either more free stuff or a discounted price. So if they get that Signature Set with steak knives today, they get the barbecue tool set, entertainer pack, or the kitchen tool set, all 100% for free. It's over $788 with the retail value for free. Or they can do it on a friends and family discount and pay $21.07, which is $457 on a 5-pay, and it's a $522 discount on that Signature Set with steak knives. And then my favorite special is the Homemaker Silver Cup special. This is actually how I sold my first Homemaker set, so this has a special place in my heart. So this is the Homemaker Set Silver Cup special. So if they get that Homemaker set with the table knives, they can get the super shears and kitchen tool set for free, or they can do a friends and family discount, and they can drop that price of that Homemaker set to $12.25, which is $267 on a 5-pay, which is a $324 discount. So if any of your customers this weekend are interested in a Homemaker set, Signature Set, or an Ultimate Set, show this to your customers, and it's for this weekend only. If you don't show it, you won't sell it. So make sure that you're showing this to all your customers. Even if they're kind of sort of interested in it, show it to all of your guys' customers. Call your managers for your discount code and for the approval. And once again, it's for this weekend only. It's for this weekend only. So show it to everyone. So that's how you place an order. And that's a little bit more about our Silver Cup first weekend specials.
Awesome. Any questions on first weekend specials? Order writing?
Should that be shown at the end of everything?
That should be shown. Like, let's say, for example, you get to the homemaker set and they say something like, "Oh, I really like this set. It's just a little too expensive." Just like,
Okay.
actually, we have a first weekend special where if you get this homemaker set, I can knock off 20%, or I can do X, Y, or Z.
Okay.
So that would be a great time to show it, is right after you ask for the homemaker set, before you start dropping down. Cool. Cool. So next, what we're going to go ahead and do is you guys can turn to a brand new page in your notes. And I want you to title this, "How I Will Start a Virtual Demo." This is how I will start a virtual demo. And let's follow along.
Awesome, awesome. So today, this video is to show you guys how to start your Cutco presentations and your demos with your guys' customers. So step number one in starting a demo is going to be going to Vector Connect. So once you get a Vector Connect, you're going to go ahead and sign in. Once you've signed into Vector Connect, you're going to go ahead and click the 3 lines on the top left-hand side. From there, you will click Cutco Orders, and then Interactive Demo and Red. You want to follow the red. Red is good. Once you get to Cutco Orders, you'll see that you have your customer's tile. It'll have their name, their phone number, their email. What you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to click on that tile. And from there, you're going to press the blue button that says Launch Demo. And click the blue button that says Launch Demo. From there, you will go ahead and click the blue button again that says Launch Google Meet. From here, you'll see that your Google Meet is launched. You'll click Join Now. And you can see here, I'm in the Google Meet. So your customer will be able to join in this Google Meet from their end as well. So once you're here, you're going to go back to your Cutco Order tab. So the Google Meet and the Cutco Orders and the demo will be in 2 separate tabs. So from here, you'll go ahead and click Start Demo, and then you'll be able to see your script, see all your slides, and everything that you will need for your demo. So it'll say welcome, it'll say your customer's name, and it will have all of these cool and amazing slides. So the next thing I do want to add on is your rep number and the meeting number will be right here on that Cutco, my Cutco Rep app slide. So a lot of your customers are going to ask for a meeting number. So your rep number, meeting number are going to be right here on that slide. So that is how you guys start a demo.
Cool. So something I want you guys to understand. Is, did I ever say share your screen? No. So should you guys share your screen? No. I had a rep last week. She goes, "Trey, I didn't make a sale. My customer saw my script the entire time." I said, "Did you share your screen?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, of course you didn't make a sale because your customer was reading your script the entire time, you goon." So make sure that you do not share your screen, all right? I'm going to put that in the chat box too, all right? I'll put that in the chat box. I'm putting it in all caps. Do not share your screen. Do not share your screen. Nowhere in those instructions does it say share your screen. And honestly, if you guys just write down everything that I did in the chat box, you guys will do great. So any questions on how you will start a presentation? Gorgeous. So next in your notes, you're going to title this. Oh, sorry, Melina, do you have a question?
So that 4-number meeting ID is how they'll see the stuff?
That's for the My Cutco Rep app. That's to connect the app to.
So that's how they'll put their review?
Say again?
That's how they'll put their, like, review?
Correct. So that feedback
Okay,
that I was
so-
showing you, that's how they're going to connect to it. So this is going to be, I think this next video is going to answer a lot of your questions here. So this is going to be how
Okay.
your customer, this is how your customer will join your virtual demo. So this is how your customer will join your virtual demo.
All right. So today I'm going to show you how your customer will join your presentation and join your demo. So the first step for your customers is to have them get in front of a laptop or a computer at home. Once they get in front of their laptop or their computer, first thing that they're going to do is go to their email. So in their email, the link will automatically be sent to your customer. It will come from Cutco service, and the subject line will be Cutco invitation from, and then it'll say your name, the representative. So this is what the email looks like. It'll say, I'm looking forward to our upcoming appointment. The following link has the details. Your customer will then click on that link. And what that link will do is it'll take them to this slide right here. What they will do next is click Launch Google Meet. Once they do that, they will click Join Now, and then they will be in your Google Meet with you. You should already be in here waiting for your customer. This is a great time to build rapport before you start the presentation. So once they join the Google Meet, you're gonna have them go to the Cutco Demos tab, and then click Join Presentation. And then they'll be able to see that blue welcome screen. It'll say welcome, and then it'll have your customer's name right there. So the biggest step for your customers is joining the Google Meet and then having them go back to the Cutco demo tab. A lot of customers will get confused on that part as well. So feel free to send this to your customers if they're having issues joining from your presentation. Little step-by-step process to help you and your customer start your demo and start your presentation.
All right. So with that being said, next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you guys how this works on both ends. I'm going to show you guys what it will look like on your customer end. I'm going to show you guys what it will look like on your rep end. If I can get my Google Chrome to work, that'd be great. Here we go. While I'm getting this set up, does anyone have any questions? Cool. All right. So I have two sides here. This side right here, this side on the left, this is going to be your guys' screen. This is the customer view, and the slide over here on the right is going to be the customer view. So we have our view and then the customer view over here. So what is the first step in starting a presentation? What button, where do I go first? Destiny, what's the first step? Or Desiree, sorry. Desiree, what's the first step?
You're gonna go to the Vector Connect and sign in.
Yep, so we're gonna go to Vector Connect and we're gonna sign in. Janetta, what's gonna be my second step from here when I'm starting a virtual presentation? What am I gonna do next?
Then you're gonna hit the 3 lines, and then you're gonna hit Cutco orders, and then interactive demos.
Awesome. And then Anthony, from here, once I'm in Cutco orders, what is my next step?
Your next step is to go to the interactive demo.
Yep, so I'm on the interactive demo. My next step would be to
then you go to the...
Say again?
Oh, I just wrote down what you had here. So Vector Connect, Cutco orders, interactive demo, customer tile. Oh, the customer tile.
Yep. So customer
launch
tile.
demo, launch Google Meet.
Cool. So then we're going to click launch demo. And once you guys press launch demo, what that does, that triggers the email to get automatically sent to your customer. So you need to make sure that you start your presentation first so that they get that email. And then, like Anthony said, we're going to press launch Google Meet. And then we're going to click join now. I'm going to turn off my mic and my camera just because I don't want it to echo. So once I'm here, what do I do? What's the next step? Milena, what's the next step from here?
I wrote join now.
Yep, so that's the
or
Google
after
Meet.
that.
After that. So we already joined the Google Meet.
Okay. Go back to Cutco order tab.
Yep. And then we're going to click start presentation or start demo. And then we have done everything on our customer or on our rep side. We've done everything that we need to do. So we see our picture over here. We see our script over here. We're perfect. We're golden. So now what the next step is going to do is we are going to walk through, we're going to walk our customers through on how to join the presentation. And here's the steps that your customer will need to take. So how do me as the customer, how do I join the presentation? We'll go in reverse order. So Milena, what do I need to do as the customer to join your presentation? What's my first step?
To go to your email.
Yep, to go to my email. So I need to make sure I'm in front of a laptop or a computer. The virtual presentation will not work on a phone and it will not work on a tablet. They need to be on a laptop or a computer at home. They will click and go to their email. Anthony, from their email, what should they press once they get to their email?
Once they get to their email, they should open up the email that they see from Cutco Service, which will say that it's from me.
Yep.
And then they'll want to click the link.
Correct. And then Janetta, from here, what do I do next? What do I do here?
And then you say join presentation.
Nope, you skipped one step. Your customer will click.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be clicking the meet face the thingy button. Brain cannot think right now.
Yep, they're gonna click launch Google Meet. So your customer will then click launch Google Meet. And then they will click join now. So I'm gonna turn off my microphone because it'll echo terribly. So now I'm here in the presentation. So when I go over here, if I return on my camera, boom. Awesome. So you see how we're both in the Google Meet right now? Yeah, okay. So from here, Desiree, what are my last steps as the customer? So I'm here, I see us in the presentation, I'm talking with my Cutco representative, but I'm like really confused right now because I don't see the presentation. What do I do to go see the presentation?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself. The last note I have for your customer to join the virtual demo is just to join the presentation, but I don't know how they would get to that on their end.
So look in the chat box. It's going to be in step number 2. So we've already joined. We're going to go back to
Yeah, that's it. You go back to the email and then you hit the join presentation thing.
So we're going to go back to the Cutco demo tab. So you guys see up here on the top of my screen. Well, let me try to zoom in here. I guess I can't really zoom in at the top here, but you guys could see here that I have my Cutco demos tab and I have my Google Meet tab. They're in 2 separate tabs. The Google Meet is so we can talk. The Cutco demo is where they're going to see their presentation. So your customer is going to go back to the Cutco demo tab, and then they're going to click join presentation.
Does that just open for them automatically?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So now over here, once I click next, it moves on my customer end. When I click next on my computer, it will automatically move it on my customer's end. So when we talk about rep number and meeting number, your rep number and meeting number are for them to download the My Cutco Rep app so you guys can get credit, feedback, and get recommendations and referrals. And then when I play a video, over here, it plays on that end.
Hi there, my name is Mike Monroe and I'm a manager.
So then I click next. That's what your customer sees, but they don't see my script, right? So we're in two separate windows. This is my screen. This is what I see, and this is what my customer will see. And then I'm going to click next, and we're going to go through the entire presentation. We're going to show all the products. We're going to press play on all the videos. And in your guys' script, you see how it says press play? What do you guys think you should do when it says press play? You guys should press play, right? So I would say to start off, I'd like to show you two products that demonstrate the quality of Cutco. First is our Super Shears. And I'm going to go to the Super Shears video. And I'm going to press play. And then look, it says play. And then as the video is playing, I'm going to be reading my script. And then when it gets to the veggie peeler video, it says play video. So then I'm going to press play video. Are you guys following along, seeing how this works? So as soon as I move one, it moves on my customer's end. As I move, it moves on my customer's end. Are you seeing that? Thumbs up, seeing how this is working? Awesome. Is it all coming together? Is it all making sense? Okay, beautiful. Cool. So with that being said, what time is it? Okay, cool. With that being said, excuse me, we are going to practice our scripts out loud. We're going to practice our scripts out loud. So I have one last video for us. I'm going to show you guys how to practice with your scripts. Actually, never mind, I lied. I'm just going to show you how to do it. Cool. So this is how you guys start a practice presentation. So you're going to go to Vector Connect. You're going to sign in. You're going to click the three lines, Cutco Orders, Interactive Demo. And then top right-hand corner, do you guys see this button that says Practice Demo? So you guys are going to press Practice Demo. Then you're going to click Launch Practice Demo. Now, instead of clicking Launch Google Meet, what you guys are going to do is you guys are going to click this little button down here that says, I've already joined Google Meet, and we're going to click Proceed. Once we do that, it will skip us to the next spot, and we're going to click Start Practice Demo. Now, as long as we're in the practice demo, you guys can do whatever you want with this. So you can press on buttons, you can click things, you can search things up, you can like mess around with this. So click buttons, find out what things do, try to get familiar with everything. And something that I do want to show you guys as well. So Milena, I know that we were talking about this earlier today with the objections. So the objections button for that objection script is going to be in the top right-hand corner. So if it's too much money and they can't afford it, whatever it might be, all of those objections are going to be in that top right-hand corner. So when we say, if they say, if no, just be like, hey, no problem. If you don't mind me asking, what about the homemaker set are you unsure of? View objections by clicking objections in the top right-hand corner. And then all that fun stuff. So it even will tell you If your customer loves the Homemaker Plus 8 but is on the edge, call the office for approval and a friends and family discount. So that, like, I'll even tell you like when to call me for deals and discounts, which is pretty cool. So that's how you get to that spot right there. Cool. Cool. And then you can look up anything right here and get a price check. So like, for example, if I want to see how much a trimmer is, boom, add to cart, and then I can do a breakdown option of it by clicking the blue bar. But anyway, I digress. So what I want you guys to do for the next probably about 45 minutes, what we're going to do is we are going to practice our script and we are going to practice our presentation. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put a timer on. And I want you guys keeping your cameras on during this time. And I want to see you guys move in your mouth. I want to see you guys move in your mouth. And I want to see like, hey, hey, Mr. Water Bottle, let's practice our presentation. So, and we're going to walk through our entire presentation. Thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, we got one last video to watch, and I'll get you guys out of here by like 4:45. Sound good? Cool. So take out your notebooks one last time, and this is the last video of me that you guys have to watch for today. I'm sure you guys are tired of my voice at this point. And this is I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of an old video, so you can't make fun of baby Trey, all right?
Awesome. So let's go ahead and talk about communication guidelines. So go ahead and turn to a brand new page in your guys' notes and title this Communication Guidelines. So communication is going to be one of the most important things to us as managers, because this isn't your traditional job. This isn't a check-in, check-out, you did your time, you can go now. It's more of a live, as it's happening type of ordeal. So I want to know when you guys are doing demos. I want to know when you guys are doing appointments. There's a lot of you guys doing a lot of appointments at a lot of different times, and it's a lot to keep track of. So before all of your guys' appointments this weekend, I want you guys to give me a call. Give me a call, give Zach, give Isabella, give any of our assistant managers a quick call. Just let them know that.
Call me. Don't call any of them. Call me. All right. Thumbs up. That makes sense. Call me. Gorgeous.
You're about to start a demo, who you're doing the demo with, what you're excited about, what are you a little bit nervous about, and if you have any questions before your guys' first demos and first appointments, that's also another great time just to give us a quick call, and we can talk you through it. All of our assistant managers are well versed into every aspect of this job and every aspect of demos, and they are more than qualified to help you guys answer questions along with myself as well. So with that being said, I want you guys to call us before all of your guys' appointments. The next time I want you guys to call us is during your guys' appointments. Let us help you close on deals and specials. Let us show our Cutco knowledge off to you guys. It is the holidays. We have a ton of family discounts going on. We have holiday discounts, holiday deals. Give us a call to help, have us help you close. I first I think 20 to 30 appointments I ever did. I called my manager every single time and he helped me close. He was giving me deals. He was giving me discounts. I was like, yeah, my customers are interested in these things. What can we do? And he's like, we can do this, this, and this, this, and this. And I was like, yo, my customer's going to love this. And that's how I was able to close on a lot of my first weekend sales and a lot of my sales in general, as I always call my manager and I always helped have him help me close. It's just like when you go to Best Buy and the worker is like, hey, let me go in the back and see if we have a better deal or discount, or let me go talk to my manager real quick. It's the same thing like that. We want to be able to drop the price for you as friends, families, and it's the holidays. People are in a buying mood, and we want to be able to give the gift of Cutco to anyone and everyone. So that's the second time you're going to call us, is in the middle of your guys' presentation for a deal or a discount. The third time you guys are going to call us is after your presentation is done. We want the recap. We want to know how it went. We want to know how many recommendations you got. We want to know how the presentation went. If you made the sale, how you're feeling. When you guys hit your first promotions, I want to be able to give you guys a virtual Zoom high five and say, hell yeah, you guys hit your first promotion. You guys just gave yourself a 50% raise. You went from 10 to 15%. I want to be able to celebrate that with you. And if you had the worst demo ever, I want to be able to help you through that as well. I want to be like, hey, I've had a lot of crappy demos too in my Cutco career. I'm not perfect. I want to be able to sit down and relate with you and be able to help you through anything and everything that you guys need. So our system managers are well versed. So make sure you call us before, during, and after. We just want to know. We just want to get you guys that live coaching, right? I always hated school because in school we always had like a test, and I would turn in my test and I want to know what I got to like a couple days later. With this is that instant feedback. It's that instant coaching. It's that in-time, real-world adjustments to your guys' demos and to your guys' presentations. You guys are new at this. Let us help you through this process. I wasn't very good at my presentations when I first started. I was really new. I was really nervous, but that live coaching helped give me more confidence in every single appointment that I did, because every single demo that I did, I was getting better and better and better and better every single time. So with that being said, I do have some rules to checking in. So the first rule is double tap. Who here's seen the movie Zombieland? You guys ever heard of that movie? If you haven't, go watch Zombieland. It's a great movie. But the first rule of Zombieland is double tap. Shoot the zombie twice, make sure it's dead. Now, in Cutco, what a double tap is when you call your manager twice in a row. When you call your manager twice in a row, if we didn't answer the first time, that is a universal sign to us that shit is going down. It's like 911. I need to talk to someone right here, right now. I have a customer that's interested in purchasing. I have a customer that is doing this, or this, or hey, something's going wrong with Zoom and technology, and I need someone to help me fix it, like ASAP, or I don't know how to fix it. What do I do? It is for that 911 emergencies only. I will answer any double tap. I've gotten double tapped at Rockies games, at bars, at clubs, at concerts, at Nuggets games, Avalanche games. I've ran out of casinos. I ran out of bars. I've been on the beach in Puerto Vallarta, and one of my reps called me and I ran inside real quick and helped them sell a homemaker set. It was pretty fun. It was pretty dope. So the double tap is the universal 911 sign that shit is going down and then you need to talk to our manager. You talk to a manager ASAP. So with that being said, please no triple taps, please no quadruple taps and tuple taps, whatever. We get it. Once you call us twice and we don't answer after the second time, someone will get to you as soon as we possibly can. I promise. But with that being said, now if your manager doesn't answer the phone when you call to do a check-in, there's one of three reasons why one of our managers won't check in. One is if we're talking to another rep on the phone. A lot of you guys probably have a lot of appointments after training today, and we're going to be taking a lot of phone calls from you guys after training. So if I'm on the phone with another representative and someone else tries to call me, I'm going to finish this conversation first, and then I'll come back and give you a call back. So just be a little patient. We're probably just wrapping up with someone else. The second reason why we wouldn't answer is if we are in a meeting. Our system managers do a lot of meetings throughout the day as well. They might be in a demo, they might be in a presentation. I do a lot of meetings as well. So I might be in a meeting, your system manager might be in a meeting. So that's the second reason why we wouldn't answer. The third reason why we wouldn't answer is because we are in an interview. Our assistant managers are running interviews. Some of you guys got interviewed by me. Some of you guys got interviewed by our assistant manager, Zach Utera. We run interviews constantly throughout the day. We run like 2 to 3 interviews a day, 7 days a week. So we might just be in an interview and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. So you'll have my number, Zach's number, and Isabella's number. So if all three of us are busy at the same time, we're probably in a meeting and you just need to do some problem solving, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out from there. But I want to tell you guys a story about my first weekend and the importance of communication guidelines. So my first weekend, I had 12 demos ahead. I had 6 back-to-back demos my first day out of training. So out of training, I go to do my very first appointment. It's with Kim and Lance McClellan, one of my family friends. And I was so nervous. I called my manager to check in. Halfway through the presentation, I called him again. I got that friends and family discount special for them. They're some of my family friends. I've known them for like the longest. They actually ended up buying a homemaker set, and I was feeling really good. I called my manager. I was like, yo, I just hit my first promotion. He was lit. I was lit. It was a good time. We were all celebrating. It was awesome. So that was my first demo of the day. The next 4 appointments in a row I had no sale. Miss Curry rescheduled on me because she messed up her schedule and her calendar, and then another no sale. So I went from having a homemaker sale to 4 no sales in a row. And you can probably imagine how good I was feeling. Not so hot. I went from the top of the world to the lowest of lows, and every single self-doubt was creeping in. I was like, I'm not sure if I can do this. This job is kind of weird. I'm selling knives to people. Like, who buys kitchen knives? This is really weird. Like, what's going on? Like, what am I doing? And I was ready to quit. I was like, screw this. I'm done with this. I don't want anything to do with this at all. And I called my manager to quit. And I called my manager at the time. His name was Kevin. I said, Kevin, I just had 4 no sales in a row, dude. I'm not really feeling this too much. I'm done. I'm quitting. And his response made me so angry, but I'm so glad he had this response. He just laughed. And I was like, why are you laughing? Like, it made me so mad. He goes, Trey, you're right on pace for what you need to be doing. And I was like, what do you mean? How am I on pace? I just had 4 no sales in a row. He goes, in your first weekend, if you do 10 appointments, you'll have some cancellations, you'll have some reschedules, but you'll have a 60% close. That means if you do 10, you'll have 4 no sales and 6 sales with a 60% close. And he goes, you've already gotten your first sale. You just had 4 no sales in a row. So what does that mean your next demo is going to be? I was like, a sale. He goes, exactly. Your next demo, I guarantee without a shadow of a doubt, will be a sale. Go ahead and hop into that presentation and then give me a call after, and then we can talk about you leaving. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And so I go to do the next presentation. The next presentation was with one of my friend's parents. It was Carmen Bowen's parents. Carmen was the president of our student council in high school. It was with her parents, Kristen and Rob Bowen. Now, what I didn't know about Kristen and Rob is that both of them sold Cutco when they were in college, which was pretty cool. And when they moved from Texas back to Colorado, all of their Cutco got stolen out of their storage unit, and they had none of it left. And so I do the presentation, I get them on my Zoom, and they said, Trey, we've been waiting for this presentation for so long. We are literally gonna buy anything and everything that Cutco has. Like, we're ready to blow like a lot of money on this Cutco right now because we need to get all of our Cutco back because we miss it. My jaw literally dropped to the floor. They ended up buying over $3,000 worth of stuff, 3,000 CPO. It was like $4,000 retail, but it was like 3,000 CPO order. And I ended up hitting my first and second promotion. I finished the day right over $4,000 in sales. It was my last appointment of the night, and I hit a couple promotions. I had my first and second promotion all in one night. And I called my manager back. I was like, hey, yeah, I'm not quitting. I'll see you in advanced training. Go check the sales report. I just placed a $3,000 order. And then him and I celebrated, and it was a good time. And I've been here ever since. But the main point of that story is, if I wasn't calling and checking in with my manager, I wouldn't have sold that very first homemaker set. I probably would have quit, and I would have never had that $3,000 order because I would have quit before it even happened. So with that being said, call your managers. We want to be that hype up coach. We are your guys' biggest fans, right? So when you guys have something that's really crappy, and you guys just want to bang your head against the wall and throw your phone against the wall, we've been there. When you want to jump up and celebrate because you just sold a set and you just hit your first promotion, we want to celebrate that with you. Our job is also to be your guys' emotional coaches as well. We want to make sure that your energy is staying high. If it's high, we're going to cheer you on. If it's a little bit low, we're going to pick you up, dust you off, and get you back on the road and get you back going where you need to go. So that is the importance of calling and checking in, because if I didn't call and check in, I legitimately would not be here right now to even give you guys this message on how important it is to communicate and call and talk to your guys' managers. So just to recap, call before, during, and after every single presentation that you do. If you are having a 911 emergency and you need to talk to a manager right away, double tap. After the second time, if they don't answer, we promise we'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. And always, always, always call your manager. Let us know what's going on. The more we know, the more we can help you guys win, and the more we can help you guys succeed. Now, good luck in your guys' first weekends. I look forward to hearing from all of you guys here shortly. And let's crush it and let's kill it this weekend. Damn, I'm good at my job. Anyway. So with that being said, give yourselves a big round of applause. You're officially done with Cutco knife training. Woo! Woo! You guys officially now know more than 90% of the US population does about knives. You're in a very select group of chefs, Cutco people, and crazy people. So welcome to the club. So before I leave you guys off on a very positive note, I just want to say success is a choice. Success is a choice. It is in your guys' hand how this weekend goes.
You guys have the chance and opportunity to do something special. You guys have the chance and the opportunity to be a part of something special. You guys have the chance and the opportunity to be a part of a championship winning team. It is all up to you guys. You guys can choose to do the right things this weekend. You guys can choose to call me. You guys can choose to read that script word for word, bar for bar, verse for verse every single time and give 100% of the value. You have the choice to be successful. Whatever you want to achieve in this job, you can. No one's going to limit you. No one's going to stop you. But you need to follow our programs. You need to follow our systems. And you need to do the things that I taught you how to do today in training. And I guarantee you that if you guys this weekend follow our training, read that script, make your phone calls, call and text me, I guarantee you this job could change the trajectory of your life. It's kind of scary to think about how one job in one weekend can change the rest of your life. But it's true. The skills that you guys learn, the money that you guys will make will set you guys on a pathwards towards unlimited success, basically. And it will propel you to that next level. So with that being said, that's everything I got for you guys today. So let's go be winners. Let's go be champions. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to let you guys out a little bit early, around like 4:45. So in the next, I guess, 60 seconds, I'm going to let you guys out. So remember, call me before, call me during, call me after. I'm planning on doing nothing except for taking your guys' phone calls today. So please be active. Please be calling me. And I will talk to you guys here shortly. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If anyone has any questions, you guys can hang back and answer any questions. But besides that, you guys are all good to go. And good luck in your demos. And I look forward to hearing from you all soon.